So I used to be a Ghost favorite, but now
Too long.
White Monster for sure.
Monster, the Fantasy Red Ruby.
The Mounties GG gamer subs that they provide.
Taco Bell, absolutely.
McDonald's is so much better.
Taco Bell has to be. I've eaten too much McDonald's since it's right down the street.
McDonald's. I like the Oreo McFlurries.
I'm gonna choose Taco Bell because it gives me less stomach problems than McDonald's does.
McDonald's all the way.
There's levels to this, and Taco Bell is at the top one.
Sheets guy all the way.
I actually don't know what Wawa is, but Sheets.
I gotta say Wawa. I grew up with Wawa, and I just think the food's better.
Sheets is the best thing to grace our planet.
I'd have to go with Sheets. Definitely rough.
Injustice, no J-Naps.
High ground, probably.
Probably T-Corral.
Either Skippy or T-Corral.
Croc.
Pokemon Red for the Game Boy Color.
Webkins. That was the first video game I've ever played. Webkins. Oh my god.
League of Legends. Sadly, that was the first game. That's one of the only games that I play. I just enjoy it so much.
Mario Kart 7 on the DS.
No bully.
Probably PGE.
Some of the top now.
Definitely PGE.
Angry Ginge or somebody in that realm, like Speed and stuff, they're pretty funny.
Probably my dorm.
Definitely Birchie.
I think the pond is one of the greatest schools you can buy.
The library, it just got renovated and much nicer, much quieter.
Definitely my room.
Probably the IT area in the library.
Yes, I love snowboarding. I've been snowboarding my whole life.
Are you a snow person?
Not really, no. I don't really like the cold a whole lot.
I prefer summer.
Only for playing Snow Day in Rocket League.
No.
Yeah, I love snow.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm from upstate New York.
I love snow. I think it's so fun.
I think I would play, I don't even know. That's the only game that I play.
Probably competitive TF2.
Probably Rivals, you know.
I'd probably just play Trackmania.
I think the culture at Smash is insane. I would love to play Smash.
I'd probably play Madden.
Gotta be Mount Aloysius College, you can't beat them.
Mounties, obviously.
Mount Aloysius, of course.
Oh my gosh, this isn't the question. Mountie Esports.
I mean, gotta be the Mounties, right? The culture here is unmatched.
The Mount Aloysius esports program.
Obviously, Mount Aloysius.
You're looking at it.
Gotta be the Mounties Esports.
Cool.
You have more important things in life to think about than your internet. At BreezeLine, we propel life forward with home internet so reliable, you don't have to think about it. With a team that goes above and beyond. Fiber-powered speeds up to 1 gig. And 99.9% reliability at any hour. In any room. You won't have to think about your internet again. Go to breezeline.com for internet that propels life forward.
at Mountain Esports, we take it to the next level. Our players have the ability to travel, compete, and even participate on the caffeine committee. Check out the Insta to see what's new with Mountain Esports today.
At the Mount, things are, well, elevated. And it's not just because we're on a mountain. The experience at a small college like Mount Aloysius is actually personal. The faculty and staff know my goals. It's a level of support you won't find at other colleges. And the Mount backs it up with career-focused partnerships and majors. As soon as I visited, it just felt like home. That's what makes this place different. Makes college elevated. Mount Aloysius College.
We asked 10 Mountie Esports players 10 specific questions, and these are their answers.
Watermelon ice from Gamer Subs.
Ghost Energy, either the cans or the pre-workout, either work.
So I used to be a Ghost favorite, but now
Too long.
White Monster for sure.
Monster, the Fantasy Red Ruby.
The Mountie GG Gamer Subs that they provide.
Taco Bell, absolutely.
McDonald's is so much better.
Taco Bell has to be. I've eaten too much McDonald's since it's right down the street.
McDonald's. I like the Oreo McFlurries.
I'm gonna choose Taco Bell because it gives me less stomach problems than McDonald's does.
McDonald's all the way.
There's levels to this, and Taco Bell is at the top one.
Sheets guy all the way.
I actually don't know what it is, but Sheets.
I gotta say Wawa. I grew up with Wawa, and I just think the food's better.
Sheets is the best thing to grace our planet.
I'd have to go with Sheets.
Definitely rough.
Injustice, no J-Naps.
Hydron, probably.
Probably Tea Corral.
Either Skippy or Tea Corral.
Croc. Pokemon Red for the Game Boy Color.
Webkins. That was the first video game I've ever played, Webkins.
League of Legends. Sadly, that was the first game. That's one of the only games that I play. I just enjoy it so much.
Mario Kart 7 on the DS.
No bully.
Probably PGE.
Some of the top maps.
Definitely PGE.
Angry Ginge or somebody in that realm, like Speed and stuff, they're pretty funny.
Probably my dorm.
Definitely Birchie.
I think the pond is one of the greatest schools you can play.
The library, it just got renovated, much nicer, much quieter.
Definitely my room.
Probably the IT area in the library.
Yes, I love snowboarding. I've been snowboarding my whole life.
Are you a snow person?
Not really. No, I don't really like the cold a whole lot.
I prefer summer.
Only for playing Snow Day in Rocket League.
No.
Yeah, I love snow.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm from upstate New York.
I love snow. I think it's so fun.
I think I would play, I don't even know. That's the only game that I play.
Probably competitive TF2.
Probably Rivals, you know.
I'd probably just play Trackmania.
I think the culture at Smash is insane. I would love to play Smash.
I'd probably play Madden.
Gotta be Mount Aloysius College. You can't beat them.
Mounties, obviously.
Mount Aloysius, of course.
Oh my gosh, this isn't the question. Mountie Esports.
I mean, gotta be the Mounties, right? The culture here is unmatched.
The Vall esports program.
Obviously, Mount Aloysius.
You're looking at it.
Gotta be the Mounties Esports.
Cool.
You have more important things in life to think about than your internet. At BreezeLine, we propel life forward with home internet so reliable, you don't have to think about it. With a team that goes above and beyond, fiber-powered speeds up to 1 gig, and 99.9% reliability at any hour, in any room. You won't have to think about your internet again. Go to breezeline.com for internet that propels life forward.
Here at Mount Esports, we take it to the next level. Our players have the ability to travel, compete, and even participate on the caffeine committee. Check out the Insta to see what's new with Mount Esports today.
At the Mount, things are, well, elevated. And it's not just because we're on a mountain. The experience at a small college like Mount Aloysius is actually personal. The faculty and staff know my goals. It's a level of support you won't find at other colleges. And the Mount backs it up with career-focused partnerships and majors. As soon as I visited, it just felt like home. That's what makes this place different. Makes college elevated. Mount Aloysius College.
We asked 10 Mountie Esports players 10 specific questions, and these are their answers.
Watermelon ice from Gamer Subs.
Ghost energy, either the cans or the pre-workout, either work.
So I used to be a Ghost favorite, but now
Too long. White Monster for sure.
Monster, the Fantasy Red Ruby.
The Mountie GG Gamer Subs that they provide.
Taco Bell, absolutely.
McDonald's is so much better.
Taco Bell has to be. I've eaten too much McDonald's since it's right down the street.
McDonald's. I like the Oreo McFlurries.
I'm gonna choose Taco Bell because it gives me less stomach problems than McDonald's does.
McDonald's all the way.
There's levels to this, and Taco Bell is at the top one.
Sheets guy all the way.
I actually don't know what Wawa is, but Sheets.
I gotta say Wawa. I grew up with Wawa, and I just think the food's better.
Sheets is the best thing to grace our planet.
I'd have to go with Sheets.
Definitely rough.
Justin, no J-Naps.
High ground, probably.
Probably T-Crow.
Either Skippy or T-Crow.
Croc. Pokemon Red for the Game Boy Color.
Webkins. That was the first video game I've ever played. Webkins. Oh my god.
League of Legends. Sadly, that was the first game. That's one of the only games that I played. I just enjoy it so much.
Mario Kart 7 on the DS.
No bully.
Probably PGE.
Some of the top now.
Definitely PGE.
Angry Ginge or somebody in that realm, like Speed and stuff, they're pretty funny.
Probably my dorm.
Definitely Birchie.
I think the pond is one of the greatest schools you can buy.
The library, it just got renovated and much nicer, much quieter.
Definitely my room.
Probably the IT area in the library.
Yes, I love snowboarding. I've been snowboarding my whole life.
Are you a snow person?
Not really. No, I don't really like the cold a whole lot.
I prefer summer.
Only for playing Snow Day in Rocket League.
No.
Yeah, I love snow.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm from upstate New York.
I love snow. I think it's so fun.
I think I would play, I don't even know. That's the only game that I play.
Probably competitive TF2.
Probably Rivals, you know.
I'd probably just play Trackmania.
I think the culture at Smash is insane. I would love to play Smash.
I'd probably play Madden.
Gotta be Mount Aloysius College. You can't beat them.
Mounties, obviously.
Mount Aloysius, of course.
Oh my gosh, this isn't the question. Mountie Esports.
I mean, gotta be the Mounties, right? The culture here is unmatched.
The Mount Aloysius esports program.
Obviously, Mount Aloysius.
You're looking at it.
Gotta be the Mounties Esports.
Cool.
You have more important things in life to think about than your internet. At BreezeLine, we propel life forward with home internet so reliable, you don't have to think about it. With a team that goes above and beyond, fiber-powered speeds up to 1 gig, and 99.9% reliability at any hour, in any room. You won't have to think about your internet again. Go to breezeline.com for internet that propels life forward.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the PIEA regular season. The Scholastic League enters week number 2, powered by TEC. It's going to be a good day. It's Wednesday afternoon, so we've got some Valorant best of ones and 3 matches across Division 1 and Division 2. My name's Llama77, joined by the handsomest guy in the world. It's Hot Sauce, and Mr. Sauce, how you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing great. It's going to be a great day. We've got 3 Valorant matches to do here today, and I'm very excited. It seems like this first one, though, Central York, Greater Altoona, Division 2. Greater Altoona, we heard in the background, they're 5th, having a few troubles, so I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get that 5th player in, potentially looking at a 4v5, which could make their job a little bit tougher here today, but, you know, we've seen some crazy upsets here before.
And Greater Altoona has got a really good building program. They're kind of a technical school that kind of groups in 3 different high schools. So they've got a wide variety of talent pool to pull from. So we'll see what their Division 2 team can do. Obviously, the future of this Greater Altoona team that, has been so storied, many a times winning conference championships, state championships, and going on to do better and better things. So excited to see them. I'm excited to see our next matchup, which is a Division 1 matchup, and then we end off the day with another Division 2 match as well.
Plenty of Valorant action here today. This first one going to be kicking off on Haven, though. One of these 3-site maps that in the past has favored that attacking side a little bit. So, but as you and I talked about a little bit before we got going today, big changes to Valorant recently, from all of the characters to the weapons. A few map changes here and there, but a really big overhaul of Valorant recently coming in. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out today.
Yeah, with Champions Tour just wrapping up a few weeks ago, Valorant releasing basically their end-of-year update to change as much as possible and try and balance all of the agents. And the big priority in this update is on gunplay. It's been a lot more ability spam as more agents has been added to the pool. So this is going to allow players that have really been training their aim and finding different niches to be able to really succeed. So for these teams, it's only a best of 1. You talked about going to Haven. The PIA rules, you basically get a 3-map pool. Both teams get 1 singular ban, and this week's map pool, Icebox, Lotus, and Haven. So Icebox and Lotus out for this map number 1.
Hoping to see some Icebox here at some point today, but honestly, I enjoy the changes here. It kind of brings the game back to a little bit more of a gunplay thing. We see a lot of the characters' abilities getting nerfed slightly, cooldowns increased other than those flashes. Guns, recoil control, a little bit easier to control on those initial shots now as well. And so kind of going back to some of the fundamentals of Valorant here. So I'm here for the changes.
Yeah, and I think it's exciting, especially for newer players. That barrier to entry of learning every different agent's ability is a little bit lessened, and it also makes it such that sure, abilities are going to be a big part of the game, but the biggest thing is now you have to really choose on when to use them. It's not just throw a million flashes into sight and hope for the best in a 5v5. You've got to be very tactical, and that's going to go to the play calling of these two teams because it is only a best of 1. If you fall short in a few of those rounds by risking it, all of a sudden that could turn out bad for you.
Well, Haven is the first map. Like I said, I hope to see some Icebox, but for Greater Altoona, if they are playing a player down, hopefully they get to start out on that attacking side, because I think that's where you can get a lot of traction, because it is a 3-site map, the defense is spread out quite a bit. If you 4-man together or 4-player together somewhere, you have a slight player advantage. You can find yourself winning a lot of rounds. Getting out ahead early, I think, could be good, especially if you are playing a player down, but I guess we'll have to wait and see a little while longer here.
Have to wait a little bit longer, and while we do, we're actually headed straight on in. We've got all our agents selected here. Greater Altoona, again, playing a player down. Central York will be playing a player up. So interesting composition for Greater Altoona, just vying for that single duelist, still playing around a traditional composition. But for Central York, really interesting for me is the Sage. A lot of really good options to put that wall up and deny single site entrances from the opposing team.
Well, Saihara and Vanilla, a couple familiar names. It's good to see out there on the battlefield. I know Vanilla does some Rocket League as well, but early pressure down toward the A site we're heading here, and it looks like Greater Altoona has kind of sniffed this play out. We see on the minimap everybody beginning to rotate that direction now, and so it seems they are prepared here.
Nice little early shots from Vanilla. That's a headshot. Jason Long on the early trade. And again, being a player down, you're going to have to get those long-range sprays. They've got this incredible crossfire. And Greater Altoona is positive a player. And not only that, they've sniffed down where this attack is coming from. That turret coming back up in just a few seconds as Miser may be looking for a rotate. Muffin takes him down with the utility. And Central York is just down to a neon.
Altoona, they don't even start out on the attacking side, but they're looking to get this first round here. Only 4 of them. Meister begins to rotate in behind here on the flank, can take his time. A triple kill for Meister. And just like that, Greater Altoona, a player down, but the first one to get around on the board.
It's a big first round, I think, because working together on that crossfire was super beautiful, but also getting players like Meister into that ultimate orb category. 3 out of 8 already onto the Not Dead Yet. A huge ultimate that can basically make a round a 5v5 with that extra life. Central York, they're going to force up here into the second round as Greater Altoona buys some rifles.
Rifles here. It looks like Saihara is going to opt to stick with that Ghost. We'll see if they can get some value from that. But again, we see him swapping sites here. And Greater Altoona kind of guessing they're going to go the other direction. 2 towards C, 1 posted up by Garage. A smoke in the way at the moment. And Rocco just trying to bait out any intel. They will spot Vanilla here, but it's too late. Already finds Killer, dashes away, looking for a second. Has the smoke for the Cloudburst to come up, but only 15 health. And Rocco looks the wrong direction. It's now 2 for Greater Altoona.
It's just so awkward to clean out that cubby position when you don't have the players to go in through long. Speaking of long, Jason Long, 90, able to take a kill back. 3v3 here, but Meister's got the wraparound again. A double kill off of a double headshot earns Jason Long a 2v1 opportunity.
Locked on site, Meister has been a shining star early. Slows down with a Spectre, and now it's Jason with a triple. Back to a 1v1. Health favoring Sova and Greater Altoona here at the moment. It's Muffin with this Ares, can put down a hailstorm of bullets, and uh-oh, it looks like the spike is down here in an awkward spot. The spray from the hip, an easy one here for Greater Altoona, and now they find themselves up by 2.
It's a nice bonus round for them, using those rifles that they bought from round 1 victory to do some damage. And for Central York, because they kind of limped into that last round, are going to have to buy some SMGs, some Bulldogs for themselves. But I really like the play call there from Greater Altoona. A lot of eyesight pressure coming down C long to say if you're going to attack C long, you're going to have to face this Killjoy and all the utility that's there. They try to go through Garage, but it's really just one little corridor to walk through. So Central York looking to bounce back.
Meister pulling out the Sheriff this time, and it's something they got to be a little bit more aware of. We've seen 2 flanks now coming in from Meister, resulting in either a double or a triple, but quick pressure back toward the A site. There is a smoke. The Lyra coming out now as Reyna and crew trying to pressure in, but Greater Altoona is already rotated, and who else but Meister, the Deagle Demon with a Sheriff. Vanilla will get a piece of the action here as well, and Greater Altoona is firing on all cylinders.
Boy, they had that up, down, low pressure from heaven, being able to watch across, and the wall doesn't go from Neon. Vanilla earns the 3K as Greater Altoona 3, the number they've got on the board. 2 ultimates in pocket, 7, 1, and 1 for Meister, and Vanilla right close behind at 6 and 2.
They're going to be able to buy a full set of rifles here, the armor as well, a couple alts on deck for Greater Altoona. On the other side of things, it's a little bit of a scrappy round. We see a Sheriff and a Spectre coming out. They've got 3 rifles, but neither of those rifles have any armor. We're going to see Zuzi go ahead and buy some armor here, but nobody else. And so it's going to be another scrappy round for them. And that economy, a very important thing to get in control early.
Early look on information catches nobody. Recon Dark going wide, but a nice smoke down C long will put Vanilla in an interesting position. Vandal versus 5 will seek out the Sage and take the headshot. There's 2, and there's the spike. Vanilla now leads the team on kills, and the team for Central York has an important decision to make.
Vanilla's one of these players that had subbed in a couple times for the D1 team when Greater Altoona, the GOATs, were popping off and winning championships. So certainly very comfortable in these situations. And it goes to show, we see him find that first kill, knows that there's probably more. So just sporadically waves the crosshair around, finds another one. And so I always say it's good to just spray through those smokes sometimes. You never know when you're going to come away with an extra kill.
Got to look over those patch notes, actually making it a little bit easier to make that spray transfer less widened of a hip fire, and Barocco finds 1 huge headshot from behind. Will grab some healing, but will die to Vanilla's spray. That's a 3K with only 20 seconds to go. The spike still in no man's land. Vanilla's watching for 4, for 5. The first ace of the season for Greater Altoona, led by Vanilla.
Beautiful job here. I mean, if it's not Meister, it's Vanilla at the moment, and the other two members, Saihara here and Muffin, are really going to have to fight their own teammates for kills at this point. They are hungry. And right now, Greater Altoona, a nice 4-round lead. I mean, we talked about it. This is often a map that favors that attacking side. And not only are you starting out on attacking side for Central York, but you have a numbers advantage. And so realistically, you should be able to run it down somewhere, take advantage of those numbers. But Greater Altoona has guessed correctly on these sites almost every time.
And it's mostly wherever Vanilla is, it seems like the pressure is coming. That ability to absorb pressure and then revert it back to kills and follow-ups. Blind comes in, Meister, not slowed, and Vanilla's got their crossfire for the early headshot. Got 2. Nobody is the position to clear it out. Vanilla takes down 3. The round in shambles and looking for back-to-back aces. Dodges back to safety. Meister steals the ace, but Vanilla will take 4 and a flawless round.
Almost back-to-back aces. Meister was tired of it. He said, hey, share some of these kills with the rest of us out here, my friend. They don't even need to use either of their ults. They begin to put stacks in the bank here as far as the economy goes. And unfortunately for Central York, they've had a lot of these scrappy buys. They haven't been able to necessarily save together. And so we see a little bit of that here. It looks a little bit better than previous buys. You have some rifles, you have some armor, but I mean, there is a Judge, a Bulldog, a Guardian thrown in there. So it is still a little bit of a scrappy buy for them.
That armor has been a little bit of a problem from the first round, just not able to fully buy. The good news is they've got that resurrection from Sage, so possibly able to make it a 6v5. More bodies to try and take down Vanilla, who has been on a tear. 9 kills in the last 2 rounds. Boosted alongside, just dropping some long-range shots, and Meister is going to take a huge headshot. Susie has a chance to go big. Bulldog gets 1, but Vanilla dices back to 30. That Sheriff pulled out to take him down. 3v2 in favor of the Goats, but the plant should be free.
Vanilla extending everything in the mag. Had to swap to the Sheriff, still gets it done, but the distraction was there. Jason gets caught in these swarm grenades, though. We'll teleport to safety away here from the swarm grenades of Saihara. We see everybody beginning to rotate toward that A side, and Neon holding the flank down this time, but for once it's not coming. Meister and crew pressing from their spawn side. Vanilla will find a triple, and now just 1 more to go.
The Neon on minimal HP, down in the low lurk, it's Vanilla, another 4K, this time it is back-to-back. We'll give over the defuse to Meister, and actually Saihara will eventually steal it away, trying to earn that ultimate for the KJ. Greater Altoona flawless in 6 straight rounds.
6 straight rounds, a guaranteed tied half here, and well, it doesn't look like they're slowing down anytime soon. Vanilla, 19-2 with an assist. Meister, 9-1 with 4 assists. And just playing almost, well, they are playing flawlessly here. 6 unanswered rounds here. And for Central York, I think it goes back to that economy a little bit. We see the Bucky. We see some rifles without heavy armor. And I think it's just something that's making these rounds a little bit more difficult than they need to be.
Got to get together and spend the funds together. Central York, we'll see what they can do with still those 2 ultimates in the back pocket. Walking forward, DK and Hion. Roko, a chance to go big, and does. Shuts down 2. Meister's back. Not dead yet. Jumps in, and Roko's got the 3rd. A huge slaying round, but Vanilla still alive from the spawn. Vanilla's got 2. And a chance to break everything open with a spike on the ground.
Rocco and them, they've got control of the B side. Unfortunately for them, the bomb is down in garage. Rocco, the 4K here, though. And now looking for an extra. We'll shift back in. Plan is going to go down. It's all down to Muffin. And now Central York looking to get their first round. Muffin's going to hear this audio footsteps from Killer, though, and have an idea where at least one of these 2 members are.
Crossfire look. Rocco gets the plant. Stun doesn't go. Muffin's got 1. Full HP versus full HP. The right side, look. Couple missed shots. Spike continues to dwindle down on time. Is it 7-0 flawless, or can Central York get the first one? Muffin's just going for it. Oh, the smoke on top from the Clove after the death. It's already up to halfway. Muffin loses about 25% HP. Running through! Roko gets the unofficial ace, takes down both of the Clove lives, and earns Central York their first round of the half.
Gets 5 kills when there's only 4 players. So, I mean, we got to credit him with the ace there for that one. A phenomenal job from Rocco, and maybe an opportunity for Central York to find that footing and start to build something back here. So they'll try to build that economy a little bit, but they've got 4 ultimates to work with as well. And so hopefully are able to stagger those out, maybe just 2 at a time, get a couple more rounds on the board and cut that lead in half.
Trying to work the attacking side here in a 3-site map and trying to give themselves as much versatility as possible. Early Empress going to be popped from Rocco, who already had that ace in the last round, but is going to be searching for this A site, quickly rotating over as the Killjoy without a lot of her utility. Spike in hands of Rocco, played very far forward. If Rocco goes down, this could get very awkward, but they've got control of Vall, but they don't have control of the site. Vanilla takes down one. Rocco still in the ultimate, able to trade. Jason Long caught in utility. All of a sudden, it's back to a 2v2.
Meister dropped from below, though, and Rocco all of a sudden is heating up, making some big plays here. The plant will go down for the extra funds, and Central York will grab their 2nd round now. So a little bit of a tough start, but again, Rocco, I think, really coming alive here. We've seen 2 big rounds now from that ace to, I think, a triple in that one, up to 9. Starting to build an economy of their own, but they have to keep this momentum rolling here. It's going to be up to the GOATs to see if they can go ahead and shut it down.
Now it's 2 ultimates there in that last round, exactly as you asked of them. They've now got 3 more to go. See what they can do. Down 4 rounds, Greater Altoona with 2 ultimates of their own. They've got a heavy set of utility from the Killjoy, laced over this A site. It's going to be hard to work through, especially with that turret on your direct entrance. Hunter's Fury sensing everybody. First shot hits, second 2 go wide. And some early chip damage dealt to Central York's Omen, but the heal comes through from Sage.
See Rocco falling back here a little bit. Cautious of that flank from Meister that came in early, but Meister doing a good job of switching it up. And talk about the spray control. He finds the triple, and we see some of those recent changes of Valorant coming into full effect here. Central York has opted to leg it away, and they are trucking toward that C site, but Vanilla is going to be waiting here with open arms. Spots 1 on the crossover.
They cross paths. They lock eyes for just a moment. The jump shot's no good from Vanilla, who's still got 23 bullets left to go, and disguises the movement with a cloud burst. Another rotation coming. Time to get it done from Central York. For the GOATs, heavily placed towards this seaside, expecting a hit, but they've got Meister through the garage, through the double doors, and the timing is perfection. The 4K is shut down, but the spike on the ground, Vanilla watching for any garage lurk, and this isn't enough time to really get over unless you run to the A site.
It takes 4 seconds to plant. We can see the time in the top middle of your screen there dwindling down very quickly. Reyna almost here and would have time, but stutters a little bit there. I think here's the audio cue, and Saihara steps in. I mean, does the job here to make sure the plant doesn't go down. Central York will find that kill, but at this point, it's just a consolation prize. 7 rounds for the GOATs, and they guarantee themselves that winning half.
Yeah, rounds are the ultimate goal here, and played pretty smartly. I love the rotation. It was a bit of an overcorrection as they sent every single player over to that C site, but it was enough to force them away. That extra garage look made Central York think that there's going to be more players on that side of the map, and there were, so they had to rotate away and just really didn't have the time to get it done. Vanilla once again stays alive, only 4 deaths in this match.
Continues to dominate. Meister as well. Honestly, the whole crew playing very well together despite being down a player, and shots of the smoke will find big damage to Reyna, but Sage able to heal them up here momentarily. Still those 3 ults to work with. Greater Altoona, Vanilla, I think, been holding onto these blades for quite some time, but just hasn't felt the need to use them. Has been doing phenomenal with the rifle.
So far been good, and the money's been plentiful, and Meister's gonna find a plentiful kill. We'll come back to life. 4v4 here with the extra life. The look through the smoke. Vanilla's got another. What does it look like here? Running at a time, this bar down to a 4th and doesn't get the kill, but gathers the information. Vanilla will trade the body, and it's all down to the Sage. Has the res, but doesn't have the life anymore. Vanilla's 3K seals the deal on round 10.
Yeah, they just continue to stack rounds in bunches. Vanilla I think looking for that 30 bomb, and at this pace, should be on par to get it here. Meister 15 already as well, and able to just continuously buy here. Meister's going to break out the op. Funds have not been an issue for the GOATs. Unfortunately for Central York, it has been a bit of a problem, but they have the funds to get everybody with heavy armor here, but we see Killer and Size Nightmare not buying armor here. So, again, just some minor mistakes, I think, that are haunting Central York a little bit.
See what they can do with this fast speed, and it's already Muffin who finds a way in with a headshot look. Res available to make it back into a positive player scenario. +2 in favor of Central York. They're going to get the plant down. Vanilla still alive. Saihara there as well. This crossfire deals out 2 more deaths. And the operator from Meister has to go big.
Saihara on fire, finding the second one here as well. Vanilla bust out the shorty. Another kill for Vanilla as he gets closer and closer to that 30 bomb. Already has the ult, so realistically should toss it to Clove, but KJ is going to take it for a little of the glory from that double kill, and well-deserved. 9-2 at the moment, and Central York may be hoping to call upon the 9-3 curse here if they can find this final round in the first half.
Boy, they're going to need some forward pressure. I love the idea of using Sage to try and slow people in that B site, but it ends up just bouncing awkwardly and kind of slowing their own entrance for the Panthers to get in towards that B. We'll have to see what they want to do here. Going into this final round, they have 4 ultimates, so you unfortunately cannot save them in towards that second half. So we'll see if they use them all.
Definitely love to see them pop every single one of them here in the arena. Going to start out with this Empress, but we'll again slow things down, and there's a lot of noise being made toward that A site, so we do see Greater Altoona kind of mirroring that rotation coming in early, no flank coming through, which I think is what Rocco is potentially looking for, but Rocco's been a star player here, and to see him without that group, maybe the call coming in, all of a sudden a quick rotation now from the attacking side.
Nobody's there on C. We've got just one Killjoy utility to grab it. They're now going to know it's possibly a retake they have to fight through. Meister dies. Rocco's got the early operator shot and takes down one of the big powerhouses of this team. There's another. Saihara's dead. Into the backlines they go, and such a position will be shut down finally. Vanilla has to do it all.
Rocco got that op from the ground. Meister had left it there. He bought an extra gun, and Rocco just happened to see it, stole the gun, found the kill. And now Vanilla, though, looking to bring it back, has the triple on the board, and Cloudburst comes in, dashing in, looking to fake that defusal and maybe cause a disruption here. Both sides, though, the pincer play, the spray from Logs, dancing around. He busts out the shorty. Can he find one? He does. Popping to the other gun. He gets the ace, and Vanilla is looking unstoppable.
The timer is incredible, too. 0.83. You couldn't have drawn it up any better for the GOATs of Greater Altoona. The job there from Vanilla, especially after Meister falls with limited information. Sure, it's a lot of isolated duels to win, but it's also very sound fundamentals. The cloudburst into the site, the dash into the cloudburst, and then working off of all of that site coverage, especially the inner site box. Greater Altoona said, no 9-3 curse for you. We want double digits.
I mean, this D2 team is very reminiscent of the GOATs that we saw win back-to-back championships of the D1 squad. So love to see him out of here popping off with 4. Vanilla, 34 kills, and now chasing a 40 bomb in regulation through only 12 rounds is actually an insane feat.
Incredible, and especially doing it a player down here. We'll see what Vanilla wants to do here on this pistol around the side. Slicing in through their dash. Finds the back of sight. Finds a kill. How about 2? No, Meister's going to yoink that one away. But still, full sight control. We've actually flipped sight lines, and it's going to be Central York coming from that actual offensive side.
A 3-person flank coming in from Central York. Not something we see a ton here, but has to be careful with these slow orbs. Again, potentially just slowing their own entry on toward the site here. A few angles to clear and time slowly ticking away. Rocco will step forward. There's a swarm grenade in place. Vanilla finally goes down. We see that he is human and can die as Jason Rocco combined for 2 more in Central York and a beautiful retake.
The angles were perfect, and they're going to get themselves a pistol round win. More importantly, some funds to buy into that second round of the half. Really like the target selection there, and again, using that double box to their own advantage on where they engage from, and all 3 survive. Great job, great win, but they're gonna need a lot more of this if they want to transfer the job back on over. Vanilla said, I don't even need a weapon, just bring me the knife.
The knife is all they need at this point. I would believe it at 35-5, but Greater Altoona, this will be a little bit of a tougher round. They've got a couple members buying in here as well, but luckily enough for them, they've got some rounds to give, so no harm, no foul this early spotted toward garage. The Lear immediately destroyed away, and now trying to decide exactly where they want to pressure.
Oh, Zuzi, really good kill. Vanilla able to pick up on the SMG, and Rocco just walks out. Fades back. Vanilla has to do it all off 11 HP, and it just implodes in their face. The Panthers able to go back-to-back rounds off of their weapon advantage, and Zuzi was a huge part of that through the courtyard.
That Bulldog, again, I say one of the highly underrated weapons in my opinion. And again, with these recent changes coming into the rifles as well, we're going to see a lot more of this skilled gunplay coming out. And so, I mean, we've already seen some crazy transfers from both Meister and Vanilla, Rocco as well. Now Zuzi getting involved. And so maybe this map has changed a little bit. Typically in the past, we see the attacking side having a lot more success, but it seems like both of these teams having a little bit of an easier time on defense so far.
It can be tough sometimes with those 3-site maps, but very rotatable, very short distance between those sites, and Greater Altoona, they're just guessing right. 33% chance, and they've got a free C site. It will be interesting to see this flank from Rocco is coming and will earn them a first headshot.
In toward the back of the site, there's the Lear, destroyed immediately, but Rocco's already found the second one. This time it's Meister to go down. The Empress's pop of the Vanilla shuts it down. Saihara will find Zuzi. Vanilla back to killer, and the tag team action working again for Greater Altoona. Jason, though, eventually finding KJ now on a 2v1, but if there's one player you want left standing, it's Vanilla on the 3-piece, looking for the quadra. He's got the knife out, and I think he might just want it.
Teleport up above, that should do it. An easy read, an easy 4K clutch. The fundamentals from this kid is crazy. The small things, avoiding the stun from the Neon, being able to stay alive in the back of sight, and then dashing to block off the vision. It is incredible that those small things pile up to a round 11 win. 2 round wins away from taking the map for Greater Altoona D2.
You can just see the confidence right now in Vanilla, and 40 kills through 15 rounds is maybe one for the history books here as far as PIEA and TEC goes. So we'll have to check that out, especially for regulation gameplay with no overtime. But they're not out of it yet. I mean, there's still an opportunity for overtime. We've seen Central York grab a couple rounds in a row, and so they just got to continuously do that. Unfortunately for them, they can only give up 2 more.
It's going to start with Vanilla going crazy. You got to be kidding me. Right in the face. Muffin has got that regen shield and gets absolute full value from it. The walkout from Rocco. Right through mid. Rocco thinking, seeing ahead, and will earn 1. That's going to even things up into a 3v3, but more importantly, Greater Altoona, they've just got a free C site. They've got the wraparound. Vanilla comes from behind, but won't survive too long to tell the tale.
Rocco, some big plays, but now only 30 health here. The rest of the crew beginning to shift toward that C site that is open. And now it's Meister to find Rocco. That's a big pick to bring it back to a 2v2. Meister's able to upgrade to a Vandal here as well. We're going to see Neon and Sova begin to pressure this way, but the Goats have already been able to find that plant, so it's going to be up to the 2v2 retake.
They've got Neon, they've got Sova. That's 2 really good agents to have on that retake. The problem being you're playing against a Clove who can just bait out those smokes. Has another one coming up in 5 seconds, and use that metal to push you away. For Meister, they're going to play the long-range right-sided look off the Vandal. Slide in, almost catches the timing, but it's actually Saihara who finds the close-range SMD, and 2! Central York walk right into an ambush, and Greater Altoona is on map point.
Nice little double again from Saihara. They get up to 7 kills. Has that lockdown here as well, and can be a really great asset on a map like Haven. So we'll see if they opt to use it here in what could be the final round for them. But at a minimum, they give themselves 8 opportunities to close this one out. Vanilla 42 and counting. Meister getting close to that 20 bomb as well. Credit to the other side though. Jason in double digits. Rocco up to 23 and 11 as well. So we've seen a lot of great plays here from both teams, but Greater Altoona coming out on top at the moment.
And they're 1 round away from doing it again, and oh, they've got a free A site, don't they? Oh, it's an easy walk down Broad Street. They've got a chance to plant this one and a chance to hold, and even better, they're set up for a possible flank.
Yeah, they get on site. They don't have to use that lockdown just yet, and so most likely we'll see it come into play once the action starts to ensue here. Shots ringing out from both sides. Muffin aware that the flank is coming in, and it's a 3-piece flank yet again. Tries to destroy the Lear, but Rocco will find the kill. Vanilla got one in the meantime.
Jason Long in a really good spot up in heaven and isolates one for the headshot. 4v2. What do they got? No lockdown, that's for sure. Meister to clutch. No! Zuzi's got the Bulldog and puts them down. Central York able to win one off of another really good flanking effort.
Yeah, and honestly, that goes back to Jason there. He gets himself positioned up into heaven with that Spectre, takes out Saihara first, and just disables that lockdown basically, and so it makes it easier to pressure on the site. The 3 flank has been working here for the last 2 rounds. It works again, and now Central York finds some more footing back in, but still need quite a few rounds in a row, and so that's the scary part. They really can't afford to drop a single round here. We see Nightmare buying that rifle, but his teammates need to hold tab and say, hey, make sure you buy some armor as well, friend.
Always got to use that extra effective HP, and especially against those body shots, can be huge. Greater Altoona, still only 1 round needed. This is map point number 2 for them. Central York, through Rocco, has their Empress up and available, and Vanilla's just gonna take an early one. Is it 2? Yes, sir! 4v3, and once again, Rocco has to be the cut down, trying to throw out a couple blinds, but the Cloudburst will block off that vision. Clova's cut off the left side and right. Rocco's got 1. Health bar starting to trail, but the dive in comes. Up above, Rocco gets another! Meister, an early trade, but it's set into a 2v2 duel.
Liking that schmovement there from Vanilla, but Rocco didn't take the bait. Some solid shooting, finds themselves back to a 2v2, but it's Meister to find Killer now on a 2v1. Rocco finds the triple as well, dancing around, has spotted Meister. Empress is popped, and it's Rocco with a quadra. Central York looking to fight their way back into it as they cut the lead in half.
2 rounds in a row and winning 4 out of the last 6. Pretty incredible from the Panthers, and from Rocco, you get to see some of the movement, but also the smartness of gathering intel with the ultimate on where and when to peek. Greater Altoona, this is their 3rd chance to close it out, but the money is really starting to dwindle down, and for Muffin, they're going to invest into the regen shield. We'll see what Meister and Vanilla can do with limited resources.
Got the ult here, so we'll see if he can find something with this Blades. We haven't really seen Vanilla use this ultimate yet here in this one, so we'll see a couple shots coming out. Excuse me, I can't even say Sage's name at the moment. I'm all tongue twisted here, but the shots don't connect, and with that, we will see that pressure ensue toward A.
All the daggers miss. Chance to hold here. Size Nightmare gonna go forward, and Vanilla, a huge burst click, takes down Nightmare. And making it into a 4v4, that lockdown still available. The trump card to the back pocket. Saihara takes down Rocco, and that might just be it. A double kill. Meister on the eco. All down to the Omen. Jason Long has proved they could take kills. They could fight where need be, but with a Spectre, they've got to do it all.
Yeah, and a 4v1 as well. It's going to be incredibly tough here, but We see Greater Altoona is very spread out. I mean, Jason has the opportunity to isolate some of these fights. The spike is going to get onto C alone, so we will see that plant going down. Jason finds Vanilla, and that's a good opening pick. The spray, but it's muffin on the Ares, and Greater Altoona has done it, being a player down. They take this one 13-6.
It's their first matchup of the year, and they get to walk away with a win, moving to 1-0 overall. But we've said it before, and we'll say it again. Greater Altoona is one of, if not the most talented schools overall to develop Valorant talent in the state of Pennsylvania. And they've showed that they can win it at the D1 level. They've showed they've got incredible players down at the D2 level, and they're starting out a nice fall season very, very well.
Yeah, you know, I'd like to know where Vanilla ended up exactly, but was pushing 45 there at some point. So getting close to a 50 bomb in regulation. We saw Meister with some great plays, Saihara, Muffin, everybody really putting in great work. And I think that's what it takes when you only have 4. There it is, 46-10, 662 on the average combat score, and 10 first bloods. Insane.
That is just a generational scoreline for the Greater Altoona MVP, but it's also to the other players. You look at players like Saihara, whose utility on that defensive side generated them so many rounds and generated the ability for Vanilla to take all of those angles because they were playing off of the information that they gave them. So this team is scary, and that was the team with a player down. I don't even want to think about what they look like with all 5 members alive.
Yeah, shout out to Rocco as well. Certainly putting up a ton of frags on the other side. But it was an exciting best of 1, and surprisingly, the team with a player down grabs a dub. We've got 2 more exciting matches for you, though, and we're going to bump it up to D1 here in a few moments. We need to take a short break, though, but when we come back, we'll have Wyoming Valley West taking on Spring Grove.
The night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation. It's crazy. Darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation. a heart full of thunder. Don't ask why or how. In the ruins of glory, find your ticket to ride. It's a roller coaster, baby. Buckle up for the ride. Get it, come get it if you think you can. Break through the noise like a madman. There's a fire burning deep in the night. Get it, come get it if you've got the night. Got wandering eyes that I seem to follow. Can only stay still for some time. I've never aligned with the city's pulso. That makes it easier to leave behind. I just wanna get to know.
Welcome back, everybody. Still here at the PIEA fall season, week number 2, powered by the Esport Company. We're here for Valorant on Wednesday, already getting to see one Divisional 2 matchup. Now we're ready to bounce up to Division 1. Actually, for both matches on the day, we get an update on our final match. We'll actually be watching Central Buck South face off against Garnet Valley. So 2 very good teams to finalize up the day. But Hot Sauce, we've got a matchup to watch before that.
Yeah, Wyoming Valley West, Spring Grove, ready to go head-to-head. And for Spring Grove, they haven't had a game just yet, sitting at 0-0, as you were talking to me before we got going here today. Wyoming Valley West, they have had a home opener, but it didn't quite go their way, so they're going to be hungry for that first dub here as well. And so just kind of waiting to see where we're going. We talked about it. Haven, Icebox, or Lotus is what they have to choose from here in this week. And I know you, like me, enjoy Icebox, so fingers crossed.
Yeah, Icebox or Lotus would be super fun. I think especially with some of the newer changes, getting different map changes, different agent changes, getting to see a wide variety of different competitive Valorant, and especially at the Division 1 level of teams that are going to be battling at the end of the year for a PIEA Pennsylvania State Championship. It's exciting to see them kind of at their beginner levels. For some of these teams, they had students graduate. I know we saw it a lot in the Rocket League side, but this is some of the first looks we're going to get to see of new players either coming from Division 2 or getting their first starts.
And, speaking of things around the corner as well, we got to talk about the Land of Steel, right? This Saturday, free to get in. And I believe the doors opening up at 8 a.m. down there at the Robert Morris University, the UPMC Events Center. So I know Q's going to be there. I'm going to be there. A couple other casters, I believe, as well. So hope to see everybody down at the Land of Steel. And again, it's free to get in. You really can't beat that.
Yeah, there's going to be some collegiate scouts there as well, looking to fill some different pieces of their collegiate team. So if college is your next choice after high school and you're one of the students looking to pursue that, there's a chance to not only, if you're a team that has made it to the Land of Steel, play in front of them, but there's also open tournaments of a bunch of different titles. So lots of opportunities to get there, have some fun, and maybe walk away with some extra cash in your pocket.
I believe they're going to have some Mario Kart there as well, which is always a good time. But hopefully we're going to see some familiar faces and some new faces there in person. But I'm excited for this next one. D1, always a ton of fun to watch. Spring Grove, Wyoming Valley West, two teams that played very, very well last year. I know Spring Grove, did very, very well. So excited to see them in their first game of the season. Obviously, sometimes you got to knock off a little bit of that rust, or you have some of those first game jitters. So always interested to see how they play. And of course, with all these recent Valorant changes, what kind of compositions are we now going to be running?
Yeah, I mean, especially at the D1 level, it's going to be exciting to see. Of course, the brand new agent in Veto is unavailable in this week, not next week. So the first 2 weeks of the season, because they came out like literally one day before our PIEA season started, 2 weeks is our hard and fast rule. So no Veto here, but we're into Agent Select for game number 2 of our day.
It looks like we're headed back to Haven one more time this time, but we've got another jet here on one side. It looks like we've got an Ohm and a Cypher. You and I talked about some of those Cypher changes, so I've been excited to see those. But kind of an array of comps here from both sides as we wait to see exactly what gets locked in here on the left side.
So that we don't get Icebox or Lotus. Haven going to be the map selection, but a very information-based composition coming out from Spring Grove. They've got the Cypher, but not only that, they've got this Fade, and then they've also got this KO, which can be really good at not only locating and gathering intel, but shutting down other agents on the other side, with especially the cooldowns that just got added with this new patch. Makes things very intriguing. For Rosa, gonna pop off the Waylay. They're gonna use the Clove as well. We saw Clove have a ton of huge effect in that game number 1 for the ability to smoke after death.
Yeah, you know, and being able to come back to life. I mean, all things that certainly can help there, especially when you're even down a player, as we saw Greater Altoona really put the Clove to good use there in the hands of Meister. But Lotto Cat will be controlling Clove here in this one as we get ready for that one. I didn't get to see who was starting out on that attacking side, though, but honestly, we saw it kind of favored the defensive side in that previous one, which I was a little bit shocked by, especially with the Goats being a player down. So now that we're in D1, I expect to see even more intense action out here, so to speak.
Chance to go 1-0 for both of these two teams as Spring Grove looking to pick up their first win. Wyoming Valley West unable to win their first matchup, 0-1, trying to equalize out at .500. We'll get to see what they do. Wyoming Valley starting on the defensive side. Spring Grove, the Rockets on the offensive side. And again, with that Fade, with that KO, they've got a lot of chance to put their effort to the fullness.
Looks like they are going to get set up toward this C site, but there are two stacked here already, the Cypher and the Omen. We see some trips in the way here as well, and it might be tough to pressure into the site. They're going to look to go anyway. The Prowlers come out as well. They look to follow them in here, and now from log side, shots ring down. Goober takes a bit of damage and eventually falls to Clover here.
Huge early shots and taking down such a mobile agent, but they don't know there's a Cypher right in their wings. Taking down Shanky Ray, following up with a 3K, and the blind will delay. For Wyoming Valley, they've got everybody. They can just run at you. Spring Grove doesn't get a single kill, and Wyoming Valley, what a retake.
Crazy how quickly Spring Grove was able to pressure onto the site and find the plant, but then somehow not come away with a single kill. We see Omen getting dangerously low on health, but Clover there, a nice triple, or quadra rather, on that round. Bruntrion credited with one as well, a couple assists on the board, and now it just makes things a little bit easier here in this second round. You're able to buy in. For the other squad, you know, you have to eco out typically here because you want to be able to ensure that you have that full buy in the third round.
Got to make sure you have those rifles available. The team's getting ready to go into the bonus round of Wyoming Valley West for Spring Grove. Interestingly enough, we'll have to see how they change their ideals there. I love the early speed that you talked about to get access to that C site, but you've got to follow it up. You've got to get those chances to be able to hold those sites and win rounds. That's what's going to win you this map, not just chances.
We see him switch it up just a little bit. A lot of pressure here toward mid and garage this time as we see Goober beginning to cheat up toward long A. Rosa waiting patiently here with a Bulldog. Does spot one. The shots don't connect, and with that, Goober will opt to back off just a bit.
Require down through B. Courtyard cutoff here is what it's going to be, but Baguette senses it out. Another free sight coming, another plant is there. Stun comes through, so will the flash, and it looks like Baguette just playing this cloudburst perfectly. They've let one come in, that's Vall, but Baguette cut down. The Marshal takes down bodies, and again, the retake is beautiful. Clover on a double kill. They've just got one more Cypher to take down, and Brutchion will do it via headshot.
Clover will go ahead and defuse. Would be a little bit more, a little wiser, I'd say, to give that to a teammate. Give them that ult orb or that ult point when you already have your ult. But Clover on a tear, continues to put kills in bunches. Now up to 6-0. Brunchion at 3-0. And for Spring Grove, still trying to find that footing. But, you know, typically when you lose that first round, you go on to lose that second round. We talked about ecoing out. They do that. And now they have that full buy, that important one, with a full set of rifles and heavy armor.
Not a lot of money left in the bank account, though. So if they fail here in round number 3, it could be dire as they head in towards that next round. You mentioned the defense. Scoring rounds, it's working out so far from the Spartans of Wyoming Valley West. We'll see what they want to do. Interesting tripwire placements. They've got one through Garage, one through C Long, and the camera as well ventured into Garage. They didn't actually put a player there. Clover earns a nice kill. Looking down C Long, they'll pop a smoke, and they've taken so much base.
They're on this bonus round here as well. Baguette tries to tuck into the corner, but Falcon able to find that pick from that utility, which isn't quite as effective as it used to be. You have to be more precise with it. Choose correctly when to use it. Timing, very key here. And still playing out for Wyoming Valley West. They enjoy a player lead. Jet dangerously low on health, but it is Shanky who's able to find the plant. Goober is going to fall in the meantime.
I mean, the ability to crunch into this one, only losing one player, and some free weapons gifted over to the Wyoming Valley West team. The beautifulness of patience. This is what this team showed in this round, that they can fight through mid, but also generate some extra pressure. They just left a player lingering in C Long, and nobody cleared it out because they had to go super quick. A really fundamentally based round win in 3 straight for Wyoming Valley West.
They win that full buy round away from Spring Grove, which, again, things are only going to get tougher from that point out. We've seen one team already today experience those economic troubles, not ecoing together, not buying together, and it's something that can make your job much more difficult. So we'll see if Spring Grove can get that in check here. They've got 4 rifles to work with. It looks like your mom's cool is going to dip in with a Spectre here.
Chance to look with a little bit closer range weaponry. Especially a map like Haven, though, it has a lot of those closer range angles. Not necessarily on A, though. You go up, you battle towards the heaven side, can be a long look. Cutting down some of the utilities, still tripwired off on both entrance sides towards A. So Wyoming Valley, sensing that out, are going to go right back towards the courtyard. The problem is, it's this defensive setup, a mastermind of a look. They've got the Omen on a rotary position, and C, they've got a crossfire on B. Where do you even look to hit?
Going to slow it down and try to figure that out here. Wyoming Valley West, very comfortable playing in these default locations. Cypher has been rotating from site to site as well, trying to keep Spring Grove guessing, and they might just fade away correctly this time. They've got an opportunity to find a pick here at C. Unfortunately, not able to hit that Omen, and with that smoke coming in, it's going to make it hard to pressure in towards C or through Garage here.
Double Omen smoke there. Cuts down the time to just 30 seconds left to go. Falfenjaeger, one of 2 players on B with a rotary waylay, ready to rotate in if need be. Smokes continue to deny the look. Goober gets the first headshot, and we're set to go. Fulfin, cut down, cannot use the abilities here, as Spring Grove's KO locks them down. 13 seconds to go. Gunplay's gotta do it. Goober's up top. Plant goes down. Everybody encroaching from the left side as the waylay goes in. Wildcat gets 1, but they're running into a firestorm. Wyoming Valley encroaching from 2 different ways. The Cat pawing at them to take down 2, but Goober's 3K might have just sealed the round. Cat can earn a 3K of their own, but Goober's got the 4th, the one that matters through the smoke.
An important round here for Spring Grove. They can't allow things to get too far out of hand too early here, and so they make sure to reel it back here in round 4. They've got a full set of rifles again to work with, but On the other side of things, a double op set. Okay, Clover's going to sell one. I thought we were going to see a double op setup, which I love sniping. I am all for it, but looks like that might not be the case here.
I mean, it's such a heavy credit investment that if you do lose, it ultimately falls flat and can snowball into other rounds. But Wyoming Valley showing that they are human here. A Spring Grove 1 KO knife ends up shaking up the last round with only 15 seconds to go. Now for the Spartans, they play this defensive setup on a 2-player look from A, where they've got so much space through courtyard that they've basically cleared out all options. They know it's either going A or going C, and this tripwire is going to tell them everything.
Clover waiting patiently. It is a virtue, they say at times. Clover right now showing maybe just why. 3 lurking on the other side. They're going to pressure through. The spray comes in. Clover finds one. Gets a second as well. Rosa falls in the meantime, but it's a 3-for-1 trade. Make it 4, the quadra, and eventually Spiders will shut down this hot flame that's Clover.
It turns into a 2v1 here with Clover having the not dead yet. You really want them to engage first, because you can't use that ultimate if you're the last player left alive. And a rotate coming inbound. Nobody checked for Clover, not Clove, in that early engagement.
30 seconds left.
But a wrap around, a double fake away to come back through A long. And I think that Wyoming Valley read this one. Ultimate orb available on the ground. Health bars up to full, and Spiders will walk into the site. But they're going to hear this plant go down, but they've rotated away.
10 seconds
About
left.
timing. This is crazy in favor of Spiders here. And so all of a sudden you see them pump the brakes at B. They pull the 180 and they begin to head back. That knife's going to give him all the intel that KO needs, though. He knows that both are here. The Op and the Vandal spotted first here. They need to swing together, and it's Cat who finds the Spiders. With that, Wyoming Valley West will get their 4th round on the board.
Takes the webbing and all of the legs into the vacuum cleaner and takes that round. The 4th of the game so far for Wyoming Valley West, and making themselves smart decisions to be able to hide themselves away, but also making smart decisions and being able to play together. Knowing that, sure, they don't have the abilities you'd expect. Okay, they're going to wait 8 to 10 seconds so they can get them back online. No, they're going to go full ham, full in your face, and score themselves a round win.
They're stacking them up in bunches from this defensive side so far, and the Op in the hands of Brunchy at 4-1. Clover sitting at 12-2 here. So right now doing a great job of controlling the pace here early in Haven. We see KO set up with that knife, looking for a bit of intel. Omen toward the back of the site, a bit of a rotation through Garage here, but we'll see Wyoming Valley West begin to pull back a bit as well.
They're really just set in towards this defensive structure. With the Cypher, you can do that. Just cut down what is the A site and then hold on to another. Great information from Falfin. The old bouncing crosshair, one of my favorite. Goober's dead on the entry. Clover was there to help, and now they've got to really crunch this inside. Clover's got 2. They've got reinforcements coming from the other side, but Clover still a big part to hold this down.
Oh, it's Rosa this time through the portion of the wall there to find Spiders. Now on a 4v2, Cat will get a piece of the pie as Shanky Ray goes down. Your mom's cool will fall as well. Clover, another triple kill. And there's been a couple shining stars here throughout the day. We had Vanilla and Meister in the previous one, Clover in this one. I think Bruncheon not too far behind. And Wyoming Valley West looking very good for their first, looking to get their first win on the season.
0-1 so far. Spring Grove, this is their first played match of the season, so trying to find their first win, both teams searching for it. For Wyoming Valley, though, I love that they didn't panic on that previous map, or previous round, rather. 3 X's towards the left side of B just shows that if one of their players, being Clover, would have fallen at any point, it would have broken away that crossfire, and they just would not have had as much success as they had, so 5-1, a really good start, but the Rockets have 4 ultimates here in this next round.
Hopefully they don't have to use them all. We talked about it in our previous series. It's good to try and stagger those out, use a couple this round, a couple the following round, and try to pad a couple wins together here. They begin to pressure toward the A site once more. Only one in heaven, but we are seeing Breach begin to shift back this way as well. And with that utility coming out, we're going to see the counter utility in play, which just slows down any pressure they have.
And they're just going to have to wait. I mean, these smokes are just impossible to walk through unless you want to waste all of your flashes. See what they do. Springgrove just going through. Wattlecat says, walk through and you shall fall. Clover tacks on another cherry on top. 3 are already dead. Make it 4, make it 5. Wattlecat earns a quadra kill. And Wyoming Valley has guaranteed a first half victory.
Looking near flawless here through these first 7 rounds. And again, Watto with now double digits in 10. Clover at 16. And the rest of the crew not too far behind. The ops still in the hands of Bruncheon. And for Springgrove, some more economic troubles. They don't use any of those ultimates either. They've got all 5 at this point, but it's a scrappy buy, an array of rifles, SMGs, a little bit of armor sprinkled in here and there, but not the ideal situation.
Connecting on the first shot, though. Not too bad. Goober's going to take the worst end of that trade, and that regen shield will get them back up to 25-22 effective. We'll see what Springgrove wants to do after gaining that early information that Omen is watching the C-Long push again. Going to go immediately into B, garnering intel. But Wattlecat once again slices them, dices them, adds a second through Falfin. Wattlecat going crazy and will just pop the ultimate. It's a 6v5, an unfair play. And the Cat earns 3 as Wyoming Valley. They'll earn another.
Yeah, I think that's the tough thing for Springgrove right now is there's a lot of players here for Wyoming Valley that are just popping off. And Watto, it's tough to go to B. Clover's holding down a site on his own. These Cypher trips, the camera for the extra intel. And I think it's made it a nice defensive setup here for Wyoming Valley West. They're using their composition very, very well at the moment. And for Springgrove, they've got to find an answer. And I think it starts with getting these economic troubles in check and going ahead and just popping a couple of these ultimates that they have as well.
Yeah, you can't save them until that second half, so popping one can maybe get you a second online before that next half hits. For Shanky Ray, gathering intel. One on top of the double stack box here. Springgrove deciding to rotate it back. They have a defensive tripwire, and that's really a lot what you could do with Cypher. Once you get inside those sites, can gather a little bit more control, but it feels like right now the Spartans, with a lot of patience in their game, okay to play off of this Cypher utility.
Much slower round than we've seen so far. Still figuring out where they want to go. We see that spike beginning to head toward the C site. A little bit of mid control here as well, but the patience from Wyoming Valley, I mean, they're comfortable just hanging out and waiting, which is a lot of times what you want to see from that defensive side.
Makes it really tougher to make decisions. Goober wins the duel against Clover, who has been on a heater. Wattlecat, though, back for a double. Straight up 3v3 here, but the site control going the way of Springgrove. The question is going to be, how do they continue to guard it from here? They do not have a Cypher. They're going to have to work on gunplay. And Falfin, the trade-up dropping crosshair, has got them a double kill. With the ultimate in hand, is suppressed for just a little bit, but Bruncheon is there to back him up. The spike already ticking, but the smoke makes it awkward. Goober triple kills. Goober quadra kills.
Springgrove getting rounds when they need them, but all I can think about is Falfin's crosshair and how it looks like a cute little penguin there as he begins to move and the beat goes up and down. It's crazy what these players do with these crosshairs, and honestly, I think that would be distracting for me, but Falfin making it work, finds a couple in that. Not quite enough, though, as Springgrove begins to battle back, but we always look for teams to be able to put more than one round on the board in a row, and so far, Springgrove hasn't been able to do it yet. They've got an opportunity here.
They did only use one of those ultimates in that last round from the KO, so really good chance here to pop them all. Wyoming Valley, big breach ultimate, though, that they could play defensively along with a neural theft in case they get a kill. Rosa may be under a lot of pressure. The Waylay has to play defensive from the A site, and has just a hairline peak that'll gather some information and can force the rotation over, but more importantly, through the double doors, rifle sticking out. Goober catches you all day, but do they expect a flank? They do, but Bruncheon wins the duel.
Bruncheon, big pick on the Goober, who just came off of a phenomenal round and now in through their spawn, an opportunity for a big flank. Spiders holding for a little while, but will begin to shift forward with his team here. They all go down through sewers and now about to explode onto the A site.
Jaeger has the ultimate, but is going to look for the gunplay. The bouncing crosshair once again loses a little bit of early HP. Prowler destroyed. Team following in. Rosa's on the cross. They've got 2 players just stacked behind, and they've got the utility to do it. Falfen earns another. Reinforcements coming from behind. Doesn't even matter. Falfen earns the double kill. Clover cleans it up, and Wyoming Valley earns their 8th.
Yeah, I mean, they make sure to not allow Spring Grove to get more than 1 round in a row, and they set themselves up for success. 8 rounds on the defensive side is already a phenomenal half for them, and anything extra really could spell trouble here for Spring Grove, but it's just been more economic troubles after more economic troubles here. It's not quite a full buy for the squad. They've still got 4 of these 5 alts that they've had for several rounds, and so realistically need to try and use that. I mean, you could have your jet buy for a teammate, then pop those blades. There's a lot of different things that you could do here, but unfortunately making it a little bit tougher on themselves. Bruncheon Spiders will find the first 2.
Wyoming Valley have been playing slow all half long in a great change up of pace. They run at him in the courtyard. They earn a 3-for-1. And with 2 ultimates still left to go, Falfen takes down a 3rd. It is quick, it is clean, and it's another round win for the Division 1 squad of Wyoming Valley West.
Already up to 9. You have to be feeling great about that. And 1 more round here in the first half. I mean, we talk about the 9-3 curse. We've seen it come into effect many times, but Spring Grove still needing at least 1 more round here in this first half to do so before we swap sides. And now there's 8 ultimates now here on total on the board. And as you said in that previous series, you don't get to take them with you into that next half. So it is use them or lose them.
I want to see all of them. Pop every single one here. Teleport back. It's going to be in. Bruncheon! Just right in their faces. Fakes the sound cue. Grabs the 3K. And Shanky Ray has little recourse but to teleport into sight. Bruncheon will die from a backward shot of Goober. And we've got a round on our hands.
Some bodies and guns on the ground over here at Long C. It's been a devastating quick few moments, but Spring Grove finds themselves in trouble yet again. Shanky Ray falls, and now it's all down to Goober, who finds not 1, but 2 for the triple. Clover shuts him down with just 2 health. 2 health and a dream as he looks to close out. He pulls out the plushie, gives him a little good luck, you know, a little stress ball, basically. Removes all that stress and diffuses just in time.
Bro, I would need to squish that little guy after 2, man. Like, you gotta be kidding me. What a trade, what a look, and more importantly, 7 of those 8 ultimates die in the pockets and do not get used. So for both teams, maybe some missed opportunities, but overall, Wyoming Valley, you've got to be really happy about how you're playing as a team. We've talked about Falfen and Cat and their ability to win 1v1s, but for Clover, you have no entrance utility. You're just a Cypher, you're just a tech man, and somehow you're out here slaying at the top of the leaderboard.
Almost to that 20 bomb. I mean, Cat not far behind him with 15. Falfen in double digits. Goober on the other side putting up some good work as well, but is going to bust out the Sheriff. There's always something about these Jets and these Sheriffs. They can usually find those one-hitter quitters to the dome. We'll see if Goober will have success here, as it does look like the Stampede's heading toward the A site.
This is such a pivotal round. Pistol, Goober's got the headshot. Spring Grove, a much-needed kill. That's going to be spiked down, but in a grabbable position. Waylay and Rosa going to dive through, finding it, pulls out the knife, and he's going to try and get back to safety before Shanky Ray lays some bullets to the right and left side. Spring Grove did take some initial chip damage, but with that spike grabbed, a flank is coming. Wyoming, they're going to have to make a choice here sooner rather than later.
Minute 4 on the clock. The spike will go this way. Watto, though, finding Goober, and now that star player down for Spring Grove. The A site opened up a little bit, but they have to be careful of this Fade, who is kind of lingering toward that short side. It looks like they're going to opt to rotate away here. They had this trip up in case there was a flank coming in, but we kind of see everybody from Spring Grove rotating away from this C site as well, and Wyoming Valley West might come up with a big one, except they've been caught by the tripwire.
Information always killer. Another one gonna catch them through garage, and it is up to your mom's cool here. The defensive duel on the C site. We'll have to watch all four stampede in, and they'll go down. Falfin earns the headshot. The plate should be free, but incoming is Shanky Ray, and dives to the garage reclearance. Clover doubles, and it's all on Baguette.
Baguette, can he come up with a big one? 3 players standing here, and really only half health for Baguette. Watto Cat was waiting patiently. It's a headshot with a classic. And just like that, now up to 11. 2 more to get her done.
Just playing together. I mean, it's as simple as that for the Spartans. Being able to rotate over feels strong after dropping the spike in plain view of your opponents. But not only that, again, rushing another site that only has 1 player there, destroying all the tripwires so you know you have the space. And then those small things there at the end, that camera actually catches the entrance point of the final Spring Grove player. For Wyoming Valley, we said it was pivotal. They are on the cusp of victory.
The cusp of victory, and a dominating feat as well, which they suffered that first loss in week 1. So you talk about a way to bounce back. This could be certainly a phenomenal way to do so if they can finish this one strong here. Just a couple more rounds to go. Bruncheon and crew begin to pressure toward A site, but look at all the space that Spring Grove has taken on this flank. They are well aware that it is coming to the A site.
Right there, prepared to do it with a crossfire. From behind they send 2, but this could be easily overrun. Teleport in. Nice 2-kill set. Baguette, Shanky, and Spiders all find 1 on the entry. And again, they stack correctly. They find the information, and the spike is down in no man's land.
Makes it tough. Much tougher, but Clover gonna make things happen here. Finds a nice shot. He's been good with that Guardian all day. Spiders on the Spectre, though, able to answer back on to Rosa. Clover not ready to go silently into the night. He finds another, but he's going to need to get through 2 more. He's only got 33 seconds to find him.
Decent health, though. Chance to isolate. No, Goober shuts it down, and what a bounce back round going into the bonus of the Spartans. Spring Grove able to get the job done, and Goober might be the only player who's over double digits, but that's a fundamentally good round from them. They just stack together. They're able to utilize some of the awkward geometry through the A site, and they find a very big round win. And for Wyoming Valley, because you lost that bonus, unfortunately, the economy is now in the dumpster of a Costco parking lot.
You heard it here first. Luckily, though, they've got plenty of rounds to give, so you can deal, if you're Wyoming Valley West, you can deal with that for a little bit here. We'll see what they opt to do. Classics in hand, and we talk about it. We've seen a lot of these teams not eco together. It looks like they are, for the most part, doing that here. The blind comes in. It's a good one, and they catch Goober off guard. They're going to be able to upgrade to a Phantom here.
Giving away those guns, it's just like we talked about in that last round. Shanky Ray has to be huge here. For your mom's cool, has to have a chance to shut this one down, but so many places to look. Sends around and collaterals. 1 and 2, the 2 bullets deals double headshots of death. And all of a sudden, Spring Grove in such a great position with access to the spike. But Clover has a chance to ruin their dreams.
He's certainly the one you'd want in the corner at the moment. He's been the top fragger here. With time ticking away, we'll look to pressure forward. Is able to scoop that bomb up, or that spike rather. Jumps off to safety in garage here as well. And there's no chase that comes in, but again, if you look at the time, really has to decide where they want to go.
30 seconds left. They've got the spike. Looking left here, and Shanky Ray grabs the information on both and grabs the kill on both. Triple kill from the Omen. Spring Grove right back in this with an extension of the steal away from the bonus round of the Spartans. They've got money, they've got some great kills, and more importantly, this defensive side continues to impress on Haven.
It's weird how the times have maybe changed a little bit here. Both of these series, it seems like the defensive sides have had a little more success. So they get a couple rounds in a row here for the first time in this series, and hopefully we'll look to string them along. We see nearly a full buy across both squads. A couple members on both sides without armor, though, and again, maybe something that could affect them, especially with Goober looking to hold down this long with the snipes.
Like the idea. It's one of the benefits of having the C-long angle. You can put your jet over there, who's very mobile, chance to rotate to the B side if need be. If need be. Pun not intended either way. Shanky Ray continues to throw out some smokes. Watto Cat, nice headshot. Shanky Ray spray is good for a double. Spring Grove, huge entry. They guard the upside, but Rosa wins the kill. 3v3, B-side access is there, but the Fate information has battled back, and so has Bruncheon.
They've got that player advantage. They're trying to get to match point early. Rosa flirting with disaster will avoid the op shot here from Goober. The plant does go down, and now the time rolls will change. The pressure put onto the shoulders of Spring Grove. The intel comes in here from Cypher as well, and gonna go ahead and peek though. Bruncheon allowing Goober to isolate these ones, and Spring Grove might have found a way back in it.
The camera's looking right at you, but Rosa doesn't seem to care. The look on the outside, Dart's gonna catch him. Your mom's cool gets the first, and Clover can only trade one before Goober's final shot is good for the round victory. Defuse coming, an extra ultimate orb towards those knives, and Spring Grove is looking really good on this defensive side.
Yeah, now 3 rounds in a row here. If they can continue this steamroll, we talk about it, maybe turning that snowball into the avalanche they need, but a wise timeout. I talk about it all the time. Anytime between 3 and 5 rounds in a row, I think it's always a good idea to take a timeout, talk over some strategies for this round, the following round, check the economy, see if you notice where someone's sitting, something you can do different, and at a minimum, maybe just slowing down that momentum of your opponents.
Get to talk it out here and see what they want to do. Spring Grove only won 2 rounds on their attacking side, which I was thinking was going to be a problem, but if they keep playing like this, now they've got to keep playing like this, that's the key word. Still 6 rounds down, but they've got the funds to do it, and I think Your Mom's Cool is a really big ultimate through this Cypher that if you can just get 1 kill, it can really shake up whatever Wyoming Valley wants to do on the attacking side. But Spring Grove, again, it's got to be pretty much perfection from here on out. If you lose even 1 round, it's guaranteed overtime for Wyoming Valley.
Yeah, and so we see this timeout begin to expire here. Wyoming Valley had a chance to talk over some strategy. I mean, as did Spring Grove, though. It's an opportunity for them to discuss a few things. They put stacks in the bank. The economy starting to look good for them. Spiders gonna go with this judge, though. A little bit of an iffy call. We'll see if it does pay out. I mean, on the defensive side, it's really not a bad thing if you're going to play garage or somewhere where you can kind of get into that close quarter combat situation.
Always fun to... Oh, that's horrific. Bruncheon falters right in front of the team, and all that op setup. You think it's going down C long, and then it's just a massacre down A long. Both pretty good angles to play, and right back into the heaven side is the look from Spring Grove. Another good start. 3 ultimates on board after that early kill, and a patient play from the Spartans.
I think Clover just telling everybody to hang tight for a minute, see if Spring Grove decides to get a little overzealous or pressure out anywhere. But Spring Grove, much like Wyoming Valley on their defensive side, just displaying that great patience. We'll see Watto begin to shift toward the A site here. They still have to worry about Goober, who is on this A site with the op.
King from long range has actually dropped down to the ground. So in hell, we'll watch along the A site to try and guide some more bullets and find their way to earn more kills here. Wyoming Valley down a player, and it is the Omen, so one of their 2 smoke agents. Nice blind comes in. Your Mom's Cool, though, has got the cut down. Here's the knives. Here's a kill from Goober. Already on 2, and is going to force them right back into the shotgun of Spiders. Clover as the only recourse as the long range doesn't go through. Sheriff headshot, beautiful, but needs 4 more, and the time is down to 10 seconds. This should realistically be all she wrote.
I just wonder if he's trying to hang on to this weapon for a little while longer, but Shanky Ray has other plans. We'll shank him from behind here, and with that, Spring Grove now multiple rounds in a row, 4 to be exact, as they cut that lead in half and they inch their way a little bit closer back into it.
6-11 here in 4 rounds straight. It is weapons back in the hand of Wyoming Valley West. They're on pretty much that full loss bonus now, so money should be good, but it's just about can they win those rounds. Wadowcat, a very huge not dead yet available for them. It was a double ultimate that last round, Neural Theft plus the daggers. And this time around, we'll see Goober look long range from the C site and take down one. Wadowcat comes back to life. Teleport comes in. Nobody checks behind. Nobody checks behind. Spiders takes down one before Wadowcat gets an early headshot trade. They've got the plant, but they need to win the round.
Need this round here. That spike going down. Bruncheon wanted to channel some of that judge action as well. Goober will fire one through the smoke, but it doesn't find the home yet. They'll be slowed down here a little bit. And again, we saw Wyoming Valley West have an opportunity like this on the B site, but they decided to pressure 4. They allowed Goober to isolate those ones. They can't make the same mistake as Fulton will find 2. Bruncheon will get the other 2. And Wyoming Valley West will get to match point.
Really like the decision after the timeout a few rounds ago to increase the rate of play. For Wyoming Valley, they've got a composition that's got 2 smokes in their back pocket. If they can actually get control and get onto sites, it allows them to cut off the entryways. And for Spring Grove, they just had to wait and wait and wait and keep waiting until those smokes expired, and realistically just ran out of time and had to run into a shotgun and Fulton, who was on point.
Well, one more round is all they need, and they give themselves that 6 additional opportunities that we like to talk about here. So the deck stacked against Spring Grove at the moment, but we always say that's where diamonds are made, under that great pressure. The Prowler, though, is going to find Watto, able to pop it with this Vandal, and they're still going to continue to pressure forward.
Smoke is just perfect coverage. It's a 1-for-1, but up through the tripwire, they've got space again. They've got area to control, but Goober and Shanky able to make huge trades. But now it's all down to a 1v2. Spiders with the shotgun has to do it all.
Did he spot the spike there? Wonder if he spotted the spike. Oh, Clover in an instant. My, oh my. 13-6, Wyoming Valley West will close it out, and they do win in dominating fashion as they get their first dub on the season. Spring Grove will fall to 0-1.
Really good work back from Spring Grove in the second half, but again, getting 2 rounds in the first half is just not enough to build on top of, and credit to Wyoming Valley West to be able to close that out, and Clover tops the charts 27-8-2. When I'm looking at first bloods, though, Wadowcat specifically pops out on the leaderboard just like Clover. They were trading off different opportunities, which again, you expect from the Clove. To be able to do it as a Cypher is even more impressive.
Honorable mention to Goober, 22-14 with 6 first bloods of their own, but yeah, again, just a little bit too late here in this one. Not enough rounds on that attacking side. So it was nice to see him battle back, though. That never say never attitude. We always love to see it here at PIEA, and certainly Spring Grove fighting to the very end. It doesn't go their way this week, but hey, there is plenty of weeks in front of us to get some dubs.
Yeah, and for Wyoming Valley West, they're going to move to 0.500. They get their first win of the season, move up to 1-1. So a really good bounce back for them. There's a lot of really good teams in Division 1. And for Valorant, if you don't win your games, it's a little bit shorter of a season because of the map pools and playoff format. So you really have to prioritize every single matchup. But it's clear, both these two teams have been training in the offseason, even with new rosters, even with changes. They're coming out here to play, and that's what's going to make this season so exciting.
We got another exciting game here still in store for you guys in a few moments as well. We're going to keep it up here in Division 1, but we are going to take a short break. So as always, a great time to stretch those legs or grab the snacks, but don't go too far. When we come back, we got more Valorant action.
Summer you persevere, chasing the wind. Gotta love it while you can. In the moment, let it in. No holding back.
Welcome back, everybody. Still here at the PIEA High School League, week number 2 for Valorant, brought to you by TEC. Still on my hot sauce up here on the desk as we're preparing to enter our third matchup of the day. And hot sauce, present for us, we get to stay in Division 1.
Love it. Back into Division 1 we go. Central Bucks South 0-0 on the regular season, so their first opportunity at a dub. For Garnet Valley, they are 1-0, and so comfortable winning. They did a lot of that last season, probably looking to carry that forward. Not sure how many returning members or returning players we have, but as always, excited to see the map pool here. We've got Haven, we've got Icebox, and we've got Lotus. I'm hoping for Icebox, but I will settle for Lotus as long as we get a little different scenery.
Hoping for something different, and you know, Haven's a classic map, so no surprise for these players that it's something they know. It's something that hasn't really changed too much over the years, so their strategy's definitely well developed. But if it's something where you're a team and you get one ban, you get the chance to ban away Haven and maybe shake things up. But no, of course I had to say something about it. Haven is where we will go for 3 out of 3 maps today. And you actually mentioned a kind of fun fact. We got the same exact scoreline from match number 1 to match number 2. So maybe it'll be another 13-6. We'll have to see.
I mean, way back in the day, Haven was the most picked map there was. Then it was the first map taken out of the map pool, and we saw Ancient becoming the #1 picked map. And so I'm not sure exactly where they stand at this point, but certainly a very popular one here. Typically, excuse me, in the past, we've seen a lot of these attacking teams do well, but today it's really been the story of these defensive squads.
And it's going to be Central Bucks South starting out on that defensive side. We'll get to see the first of what Garnet Valley looks like. So far, Garnet Valley on the season 1-0. And it seems like since kind of that merger from TEC and PIEA, Garnet Valley has always fielded a really, really good team and has gotten close to playoffs. So we'll see what Central Bucks South wants to do. I think the biggest part of this loadout is that they've got the deadlock. It is something that can shut down sites as a defensive agent. It can also, once you get on that attacking side, really versatilize where you want to go and the shutdown inside the site once you get onto it.
Well, I certainly recognize Artie and Lena Del Slay over there. I think often playing that Reyna. We saw them slay out a lot on the Reyna last season. So certainly a couple returning members for them. On the other side of things, I got to say, I'm not as familiar with a lot of these names, but I do love the name Guacamole God.
Good old alliteration. Love the matching letters and the start of it for them. Garnet Valley, though, on this attacking side, I think the biggest thing for them is they, instead of going for a Sage, they've chosen as their healing agent to go with the Sky. So you've got a lot of animals that you can chuck into the site. Those blinds, even though they get a little bit reduced value from this recent patch, you have a lot of ability to reset in towards fights. And then you've got speed. Talk about Reyna and Neon. We'll see how it works. We're into the pistol round, and they're already using that speed to attack the C site.
Fortunately, someone forgot the spike in spawn. Omen will scoop that back up as they try to pressure their way onto site. The blinds go out, but presence has been detected. The smoke comes into play as well, and with that, Astro and crew will back off. Reyna has already shifted through sewers and almost onto the A side here as Artie spots him on the rotation back.
Beautiful look here from Central Bucks South as they go aggressive. It's going to be gate crash delayed back. Opportunity for Meow to go heavy, though. A lot of players here. Drago gets a huge kill, making it 5v3, and realistically, they're just going to walk at him. Drago's got speed. Drago's got a 2K, and Wyvern only a little bit of recourse before they are all shut down. A pincer from behind breeds a 4-player alive round and a CBS first round victory.
On the board, and it was that fast action there from Drago on the Neon here with a 3K. Garnet Valley, they're going to experience the early economic issues here in round 2, but it's nice to see them saving together here so they can find that full buy in round 3. We have seen some teams pull some upsets with those classics, but as we talked about earlier, typically if you win that first round, you do go on to get the second one to follow.
There's an opportunity to build things on top of each other, and find different angles if you can work that economy into a beautiful position. For Central Buck South, though, they've got another defensive look that is just playing off their utility. Beast gets a nice kill, but Artie's quick to trade it back. A double from the Sheriff already has shut down all of the defensive units here on B, but the crossfire is still so deadly, especially that Marshall without some of the shields here in round number 2 is so awkward to fight against for Garnet Valley.
I think they were able to scoop up at least a rifle there in that mix, but gonna pressure through. The Ghost coming out on top. Drago, and now Lena Del Slay. 3 in quick succession here. Blink and you might miss it. Central Buck South will take round number 2, but that was a scrappy eco round from Garnet Valley that was nice. It started with 2 Sheriff kills from the Reyna, and so ideally you want at least 2 on an eco round. Anything extra is nice, but I'd say a solid round for them.
Real good opportunity, too, to go 3 straight because they saved away so many of those weapons in towards this round, especially through Drago, who is 4-0, has that 1 assist on top of it as well. It's already getting very, very close towards the finger guns and the ultimate, the power that it can bring with its speed from the defensive side. But again, Deadlock is just providing so many issues for Garnet Valley right now to push through. They're going to have to find ways to break in.
To break in here, Meow peppering in some shots through the door, busting it down here, looking to find those. And so Meow will pressure through the center here with that spike. A default setup here for Central Buck South is Guacamole spots one along, but it's Lena Del Slay to find the pick.
Early angle on the defensive side. 23 health left to go, and Beast is going to take one down via headshot. Garnet Valley's got the plant, but once again crunched here into the B site. Astro on the hold. With that low health bar, has the chance to pop the heal and get back into it, but Astro dies. On the Gong side, Meow's ready to go for the trades. Garnet Valley down a player, but still Meow able to take down Drago. Time starting to fade here. The blind comes through, and everybody can't see their screens. Lana Del Slay, they've got a 3v1, but they've got to time this correctly, or the spike could go to nothing. Beast gets 1, Pistol gets none. Lana Del Slay saves the round, and CBS go 3 rounds straight.
Is the round and the day. Another triple on the board here, and Central Buck South will go up by 3 rounds at this point. So it's another strong start again from this defensive side. They've got a full set of rifles to deal with, and now for Garnet Valley, some decisions to make yet again. And it's something that has haunted the losing team all day, but they force into a scrappy round. You see a Bucky, a Marshall, a Vandal, a Sheriff, a lot of light armor, and really just making their job more difficult than it needs to be.
I mean, it really is. This is a really tough look now, and it's going to spiral out of control if they continue to do so. Nice longer shots from Astro as well, who is suppressed early. Off of Garnet Valley, they've got the Empress going, and they've got a little bit of space towards the garage side, but it feels like, again, Central Buck South just so happy playing off their defensive setup.
Beast. Caught by it, but it doesn't matter. We'll still be able to hit the shots here. Lena Del Slay will fall, and the player advantage will go to Garnet Valley. Empress has been popped here on the side of Beast. Looking to find the plant quickly here. Raven shots to the wall, almost finding Guacamole God, who's resting with this Bucky, and he's feeling lucky, baby, finding the first.
I mean, just incredible the way they're able to turn it around. It's a gamble on the investment, and Guacamole God has found another Central Buck South. With a look here, Drago's got the headshot and still lots of fight left in them. Coming from behind, Beast trading off to the pistol. This time it works. The heal comes back through, but Drago's ready to go. Drops the lane, drops the stun, gathers 1, and turns back around. But Beast has earned themselves the thrifty 3K and the first round of the half for Garnet Valley.
Yeah, that's a good way to start the comeback on a thrifty round, and could really propel that momentum here. We see now a full set of rifles with the armor in hand for Garnet Valley as they look to battle back. Central Buck South has a couple ultimates to use already. Their economy looking a bit scrappy on their side, though.
So it's a little bit tough, especially after that round loss. They've invested heavily for 3 rounds straight, but it's also taken them a lot of bodies to be able to actually win these rounds. The funds not to the fullest of their effect. You know what they said? If you can get the thrifty, surely we can too.
That's what I always like to say. Anything you can do, I can do better. That's the belief. You got to have the confidence. And now we see that deadlock ult coming out. Lena Del Slay is going to find Guacamole. Meow eventually returning fire here and fighting the trade back and forth.
I like the early 1-for-1. For Central Buck South, though, one ultimate still left to go. You wonder what the look is for Garnet Valley as they just walk in. Blind gets one, but now through C-Long, they've got no cover. Raven doubles, but a quick get back from Meow will equal it at 2v2. For Drago, a little bit of speed left in the boots. Meow and crew a little bit worse for wearing the health bar, but Beast finds one through the box. The gun sticking out will get you all day, and that's all down to the shotgun.
There you go. Still has the ult, but they didn't check the corner. Luckily, there's two of them there. The buddy system comes out. Drago with that Bucky finding one, but can't get Meow. And with that, Garnet Valley gets within one.
I mean, just an incredible 2-round set as they've been able to really put the team together, and I like that patience there. If they go full into that C site, especially against a deadlock, it is going to be tough sailing, but they find a tailwind, they find a way to pressure in, and now all of a sudden they're up 2 ultimates, they're right back in this game, but it means Central Buck South has their money reset, and they're feeling good.
Good at the moment. Can they continue it, though? That is the big question. Rounds in bunches. That's how we've seen a lot of teams succeed here today. And it's been lacking on the attacking side. So they've already found an important 2. Looking for more as Astro will find Lena Del Slay. And that's a big pick here on the side of Garnet Valley.
It's a beautiful look. I mean, again and again, they've pressured towards this C-Long side. And again, Drago's going to find one from behind. With that speed of the Neon, you can really pressure through the courtyard. And it feels like they're doing it again. Beast, though, able to take one down. And that just means Garnet Valley so many places to go. They've got the Seekers to grab information. There's one sonic sensor on the entry, but C is free right now. We'll see where they choose to go.
Beast on the site has been beasting it up, and we'll find a headshot on the Raven. Not done. No, it's Wyvern credited with the second one as already tries to battle back, but it's Beast on the triple, and Garnet Valley has tied it up.
I mean, 3 straight, but more importantly, they've shut down the shenanigans that Central Buck South wants to bring with this Neon and the Deadlock. 2 sort of non-traditional agents to be able to spice up the speed, but also playing around those walls super well. Garnet Valley, though, just tied up. Now they've got to move forward even better against an eco round. Their biggest goal here is to not lose as many members as possible. Sure, Meow has a ton of money, but the rest of the players' funds are looking a little low. They've only got about 1 more buy.
Surprised that Central Buck is scrapping into this round the way they are, especially with the ults they do have that they potentially could use here, but they're going to take a little bit of a gamble, looking for that risk versus reward type situation. Beast now in toward mid here, and a 1v1 against Raven on this KO. Steps in, the blind is good, and right now we see a little bit of that cat and mouse happening.
Love this entry, though, from Beast. Always there for it. Raven is going to find one onto Astro, but Empress is available, and I don't think they actually know Beast is very far inside of this B side. Beast turns the first, will look right, will look back, and get back into the shadow form. Another chance to go for Lana Del Slay. The sheriffs are popping. Drago is mopping, and Garnet Valley walks into a slaughterhouse. Wyvern turns one into sausage. His Guacamole God able to eat one up as well. Artie and the sheriffs continue to impress. 2v1 here with a Neon ultimate going. They've got the speed, but waiting for that plant sound effect.
Wyvern gonna let the gun sing out here. The Vandal able to find Drago. Now it's a 1v1 here. Wyvern has an opportunity against Artie, though, and does go to the other site here. Now, Artie's not too far away, though. We see that plant coming in, the smoke to follow, and now the teleport up into heaven. It's typical Omen play as he does go right back, though.
Oh, Wyvern, the fancy footwork is good for the 4th round win in a row. And I mean, what better to have the dancing Omen emote right at the end of it? Beautiful stuff. Garnet Valley, they're losing a lot of players. The funds in the bank account are starting to trail down, but they're winning rounds, and that's the most important thing right now. Turning away the trend of today in that defense is the strong point.
They nailed it 4 rounds in a row, and they take the lead for the first time here in this series. They do it from the attacking side, where we've seen so many teams struggle here today. Garnet Valley, they've got 1 dub under their belt. They're looking to remain undefeated, and now pleading their case as to why they deserve to be here. But there is an Odin in the hands of Raven waiting on the other side of this wall.
Love the spray down. Unfortunately, the walls aren't paper thin enough to get any sort of chip damage other than a few bullets onto the Yoru. It's interesting that they've got 3 ultimates here on the defensive side. Drago again from behind. You've got to be kidding me. Slices one and like a highway robbery dips out of there. The stun comes through. Huge fundamentals from Guacamole God to make it a 4v4, but it's a shutdown from Buy, and they know you're coming this way. You've got to try and go for the rotate unless you get 1 entry kill.
Ooh, Astro moments away from finding the timing there, but is going to pick up this kill on the Artie. And now back to a 3v3 we go. We've seen that on that mini-map, though. This attacking squad is already rotated up long C. The site completely open at the moment, and they should be able to find this plant with ease.
The question is going to be, what can they do with the post-plant look? It's interesting that it's a 3v3, and you look at the ultimates. KO both have theirs, but the Soman ultimate is going to be tough to find use. Lana Del Slay, after the overload comes through. Second life available, but more importantly, getting to suppress those around him. Flash comes in. Opportunity there. Only 2 for Garnet Valley, and they fall down to the quick retake of Central Buck South. Playing together, and more importantly, playing for patience.
Well, Central Buck, they find a way to reel it back. It was 4 rounds in a row for Garnet Valley, but they finally slow this momentum down just a little bit. We find ourselves tied up for the 2nd time now in this series, but both teams will be coming away with a full buy here. The economy for both teams is dipping down. I'd say it's a little bit worse for Central Buck South, but honestly, whoever wins this round has a good opportunity to go on and put 1 on the back of it.
Very true. I mean, the economy has been faltering per se, just because these rounds have been very back and forth, taking clutches towards the end of it. So players haven't been able to survive. Beast, just 17 HP, will fall to the clone, and Meow gets 1 on the outside of it. So the kill down sewers is an entryway for Garnet Valley. There is 2 players here, but that could be quickly run over. Yoru coming from behind. A great chance to go 1 at a time. Artie dies, and a free sight is in their hands. The speed, the stuns, everything in between. Garnet Valley's got a 3v1, and that knife doesn't catch out on Del Slay, but the bullets will. Nice cut down to the first life. Meow. Cut down out of the ultimate. Rezible out in the open, but with 21 HP, the blind comes through. Cocoon will yoink Meow from their 2nd life, and pulling them back in. Wyvern gets the cut down. Garnet Valley speed is insurmountable.
Back into the lead they go now for the 2nd time here today, and again, the economy staying in check because they win that important round. We talked about how rough it would look for Central Buck South after that one, and now we see that here, trying to decide exactly how they want to limp into this round, ideally hoping to stay around that 1800 mark, but it does appear that they're going to get a Sheriff, a Stinger here, and maybe try to play around the hero rifle of Lana Del Slay.
It's going to be interesting. They've got a little bit of shielding through those Sheriffs, which is hurt before. Wyvern, though, a quick flick down to 5 HP. Extra clone eaten alive, and Central Buck South already worse for wear at the start of this round. And Beast, a huge headshot on top of things. This is just really tough to play with worse weaponry, and especially Garnet Valley. They've got heals through Sky. They don't really care too much as Beast continues to rack up the kills. Just a 1-side entry. Beast gets 1 through the smoke. And that's pretty much going to be all she wrote. Lana Del Slay gets 1 back, but Meow cuts him down.
Cuts them down and guarantees themselves that tied half. It was some early troubles here for Garnet Valley, but it seems they've made those adjustments. Those first 3 rounds weren't quite to their liking. They made the proper adjustments, and well, now they've taken 6 of the last 7 rounds here. So they put themselves up in a commanding spot, especially on the attacking side, as we mentioned earlier, where so many teams have struggled here today. And so if they play as well on defense as a lot of these other teams have, it might be an easier day here for Garnet Valley if they can keep it up.
I mean, defense has been the strong suit for most teams today, so Pretty close first half. You wonder for Garnet Valley how they battle against these two ultimates. Well, Guacamole God doesn't really care. Battles through a blind and sends their way. Deadlock wall cutting off the entryway through a garage, but Raven has doubled up here. That wall does not block bullets, and Artie finds a nice piece for themselves as well. It's a full house. Raven 3, Artie 2, and Central Bucks up to 5.
Round in the half.
Battling back, making sure to keep it close here. That is the important thing. And now we're seeing some of that tug of war go back and forth between these two rounds. Central Bucks South looking to close out this final round in the first half and make us here at a tied half, rather. And so Beast, 17 kills on the board. Drago, Lena, both in double digits here as well. And honestly, these two teams pretty evenly matched, I'd say.
Yeah, it seems like they both got really good strategies. They've both got really, really good fundamentals. And that's why they're Division 1 here. In PIEA, early knife, gonna grab nothing from Meow. They're gonna make sure nobody is around to deny them from abilities. Really good smokes to cut off the right side here. Early decoy is gonna blind them away. Raven 1 through the wall. Off the paper thin look of Haven. Artie's down very low, but health bar still gives you life. Nice short range shot from the shorty, but a nice 3K from Raven. Earns it into a 1v1. Neon versus KO, and the spike gonna be grabbed. I think Drago saw him, and he does. Headshot for a tied half.
Tied up at halftime, and now tied for the third time today. It just goes to show how close these two teams are. It's going to be Central Buck now on the attacking side, where a lot of teams have struggled today, really, other than Garnet Valley. So realistically, they need to start out on the right foot. They need to try and take this pistol round and see if they can put a couple on the board.
Yeah, the pistol round is going to be ever important. I mean, that's pretty much 2 free rounds if you can win them back to back. Beast up to 18 kills. That scoreline feels good, but you're also the Reyna on the defensive side. So there are interesting things you could do, but usually they'll set up a Reyna on C long, and that's where it looks like Garnet Valley wants to send them.
We'll see exactly where they run it. That spike here. Looks like everybody going to pressure through mid. A couple stacked toward the B site here, but Raven's going to be credited with that first pick on to Astro. We see Yoro now looking to send in that drone or that decoy as well. Does spot one. The blind goes out by it. Able to find Beast. Guacamole answers back on to Raven. Some trades here. And now they've got control of this site as the plant looks to go down.
Londo Slay's gonna get this plant on down, but Meow 1 for 1 very quickly. Garnet Valley just got chipped so much. Their health bars in almost shambles from what was that early engagement. Wyvern just trying to play a cheeky angle and doesn't get cheeky enough. Drago's double kill solidifies the round. Central Buck South. This is a really huge lead change back in their favor.
I mean, you start off on that attacking side here. You get that first round on the board, and we saw it in that in the first half. You know, typically, like we said, when you win the pistol round, you go on to win that next one. So you get that 2-point cushion back here if you can capitalize. And honestly, it looks like some of Garnet Valley are opting to force into this round. If you steal this round away, it means more economic troubles for them in the following round, and you could be looking at a 3-point lead.
It's very true. You don't want to have economical troubles, especially this late into the matchup. It's matchup number 3 of our day, but an entry here for the players. Matchup number 1, Beast, Buy-in, both opening with SMGs, and it's an SMG type day. Garnet Valley down to 2 players here. And it's really, really tough with minimal HP, you'd think, to get kills, but Lana Del Slay gets one off the headshot. Close range shots go no good, but I mean, a Neon can only dodge around for so much. Surely Buy-in finally takes him down with the pistol. Central Buck South, back-to-back rounds. Minimal HP doesn't matter. They found a 2-round advantage.
Yeah, and they keep, you know, 3 of these 5 weapons, so continuing to stack that economy just a little bit, but because Garnet Valley did get a couple kills there, Beast hanging on, able to buy a rifle in this round as well. So they still sneak in with a full buy round. Now, there is a little bit of light armor on the side of Garnet Valley, so could be a difference maker. But Central Buck kind of bonusing out here, so they will have that weapons advantage in their favor for Garnet Valley.
Rifles are important now more than ever, but also those ultimates. So we're getting into round 3 where some of them are starting to come online. Just around the corner, Drago. Huge shot actually hits the corner beam and scores an early kill onto Beast. It gets weird now for Central Buck South, especially as you've lost 2 down the sewer side. Guacamole God has been exactly that, a god on the shots, and an opportunity now to play a 4v2 with a deadlock and no real set of help.
See how they opt to attack the situation here. Smoke does come into play momentarily. We will see a few of these members shift back toward the B site. They've got numbers to work with, so they do split up a little bit here. Maybe something that Central Buck could take advantage of, but waiting for that smoke to dissipate. Spots one and Lena Del Slay. What a nasty shot.
Man, that's incredible. What an opportunity to move this one back to a 2v3. I said it, the deadlock doesn't have too much help. You've got to get on site. Guacamole God, 3Ks though. The wall can only do you so much. And Crossfire's coming in. Heal shut down. Utility cut. Stun misses. Lana Del Slay dies to the 4K of Guacamole God and the speed of Neon. A massive round win for Garnet Valley.
We saw the heal come out from Sky, and Lena was able to find that pick, and because of the way Sky was looking, had an idea that Neon was there, but just had those moves, those slides sometimes can be tough to deal with, and that's a big pickup there for Garnet Valley. They were dangerously close to giving that round away, and they pull it back, and now within one yet again. They've got the economy here to power forward and tie it up for the 4th time tonight.
This would be huge if they can flip it back. We talk about how this game opened up 3 straight rounds for Central Buck South. This is very reminiscent to it, so the battle back has to be there. It will officially not be a 13-6 scoreline again. And this one has a chance to go late into the wee hours if the teams go to overtime. Nice run out kill though from Beast. The aggression is huge, but they've given up an entire site in B for it. So now they've got to go in the retake.
To pressure in here. They still have the numbers to work with. Meow's going to find already another big pick here for Garnet Valley. See a bit of back and forth though. Drago, Raven able to find picks of their own as Guacamole God now Beast combined for 2, and it's all down to Lena Del Slay. Catches Wyvern off guard. Can't find Guacamole God though, and Garnet Valley will tie it up for the 4th time.
I mean, just another incredible round. The retake patience from this team has been great, but Beast and Guacamole God, their ability to synergize together to not only use the speed of Guacamole God, but finding the perfect stun to get them that entrance almost every single time, has tied us up at 8. We're back to an even Steven scoreline, and for Central Buck South, once again, Hot Sauce, that hero rifle.
Yeah, and this is where it starts to get scary because we saw this in the first half as well. Garnet Valley, for whatever reason, seems like they just struggle a little bit on the pistol rounds and the rounds that follow. But those meat and potato rounds, once they find that full buy, I mean, they went on a 4-round streak, I think, followed by another 3-round streak. And so this is where they get dangerous. Central Buck South really needs to nip it in the bud before it happens. But as we love to say, it's always easier said than done.
Definitely easy to talk about up here from the booth. That hindsight, always 2020 it seems like, as Astra and Artie, they're firing at 2020 each. 1 for 1. Guacamole God continues to impress. Lana Del Slay, though, pulling out the chunk, will grab their target. It's time for Beast, though, to go back for the headshot, and Central Buck South just run into a battering ram. Wyvern dies from the pop-out play. And Central Buck South now all down to 1 through Artie, who gets 1, but is stunned up. Perfection. Garnet Valley 3 rounds straight.
To back. This is where they get dangerous. This is what I was talking about. Now they find themselves back in the lead here for the 3rd time. As this has certainly been a cinematic performance from both squads. Got to tip my hat to them as they put on one heck of a show for us, but Garnet Valley back into the lead. They want to keep that undefeated streak alive. I know it's only week 2 and they've only got 1 on the board, but they don't want to see that loss column tarnished just yet.
I wouldn't either. A chance to go 2-0 on the start of the week on a fall season where teams are making changes, where there was just a massive patch release, would really go to show your versatility as a team. Drago's dead here after the initial lurk, so no Neon ultimate for this round. You wonder what it looks like as the Prowler will actually jump on top. Excuse me, that was the good old doggo. The entrance 3 along, though, is interesting to see if they want to flex this back. I mean, the knife went back through B, so Garnet Valley know that there's nobody through courtyard now, but there definitely could be soon.
Keeping an eye on it here. Plenty of time on the clock to work with here for Central Buck South as they try to make their way forward, looking for a pick. Timing couldn't be tough, and Beast may get behind Lena Del Slay here, who has made their way onto the B side. A potential flank of their own. KO coming in as well, and Elena hears this audio cue, turns on a dime, finds the pick, and now back to a 4v3.
So weird. I mean, the positionings are all over the place here from both of these two teams, both trying to shock and show. It's a nice teleport in from the shadows, grabs them in upper position. And it's a great little look here from Beast, who finds an early kill through courtyard. They've played the reversal. They're going to attack from 3 different angles here on the B site. Wyvern finds one, and Bayern has 3 different places to look. Never had a chance. Double kill from the Bird. And Garnet Valley's the first to double digits.
First to double digits. The choke it or check it point. You either got to check them and put a stop to it now, or it might just all be over. Garnet Valley powering forward when it matters most here. And again, taking a look at the economy, it's just not ideally where you want to be if you are Central Buck. And I think it's because they have scrapped into a few of these rounds. So gonna have a few rifles to deal with. Maybe gonna take a much needed timeout here to discuss exactly what they want to do.
It's a great time to call and talk it over. I think especially with what you mentioned about the future of this map, it is only a best of 1. That is what will decide your win-loss. If you want to get into those further best of 3s, you've got to win the best of 1s and have that clutch potential. Most importantly for Central Buck South, they've got some very heavy ultimates on board. Now, they're not close to their other 3 players, but for Draco and Artie, they've got really huge ultimates that can change up the pace of play and almost guarantee yourself a kill if you're smart with the Yoru ultimate.
See if they can guarantee themselves a couple kills. They are going to need it here more than ever as they find themselves down by 2 late in this one. It's that home opener for Central Buck South. No wins, no losses just yet. Garnet Valley, we talked about it, 1-0. Looking to keep the dream alive. This timeout will expire. And with that, we'll take a look at exactly what kind of buy Central Buck South is going to be working with. I definitely see a few classics here.
Interestingly enough, could have to talk about the further rounds, even though we always like to talk about calling a timeout with economy around the corner. Might have to talk about a few rounds later. We'll see what the coaching call is for them. For Garnet Valley, they've got 3 ultimates, and most importantly, through the KO, who can just shut down sort of any push that sends their way. And again, the deadlock is so good once it gets on site, but Central Buck South have been attacking the B site, where there's so many different cut down opportunities. However, the speed could lend them a free C site.
Does look like they are going to quicken that pace. Now pressuring on Drago, the first to get there in toward the back of the site, trying to clear out all these angles. And now with the Bucky in the face of competition, finds 2. It is plaid stripes all littered across the kill feed. Is Astro standing tall with a triple. Will look to res his friend. Not sure if he gets there in time, but it doesn't matter because they get the round win and they go up to 11.
5 rounds straight, and it was very quick on that collapse. It always seems like Central Buck South, even though they are kind of guided with the illusion of a free site, they're never able to truly shut down or plug the holes to where the other site entrances are. And Garnet Valley, they've just been hitting shots. It's as simple as that. They pop the Meow ultimate there in the last one and get a ton of value. 2 away from walking away with a victory.
2 more. All they need here. Drago just making some noise over toward the C side. It's going to keep 2 defenders here on this site as well, but looks like they're going to opt to pressure this way anyway. Drago the first to go down. Raven will find Beast, and back to a 4v4 we go.
Again, we have to look at this one from a differentiated view from Central Buck South. A player down, and that player is their Neon, without the ultimate here to start out the round. Good early smoke comes through. Artie's going to pop the Dimensional Drift, gathering some intel from the back of sight. A couple of changes to the ultimate as well. Only really able to pop that gate crash and setting up ready to go. Garnet Valley with an ultimate of their own. You wonder what they do with that rotation potential, or if they just try to force it back. A lot of Central Bucks South have gotten back safely through C long. Guacamole God gets a long-range shot. The smokes are cutting them off. They're forcing Central Bucks South to try and answer this. They've already lost 2. The spike might be planted out in the open here, and already gets 1, but the Guacamole God continues to impress. A 4K built on green, as Garnet Valley's defense is undeniable.
And again, I think it just goes back to how much success they had on that offensive side, where we've seen a lot of teams struggle here today. Now up to 12. This one has been a little bit closer than our other 2 series, but they've got 4 additional opportunities to close it out. They've now got 6 rounds in a row. And again, from the side of Central Bucks South, it's kind of been some of those economic issues. We see a full rifle buy. There is a stinger in the mix, not quite full set of heavy armor though. And it's just those little small, minute details, I think, that have been somewhat of a difference maker.
It really has. And those small details pile up in a Divisional 1 matchup like this, where the margin of error is so slim. One single mistake, one single misstep, it can cause an avalanche of mistakes and bury you in them. For Central Bucks South, they've got to be flawless from here on out. They're going to start by going quick, dropping the lane down on A. That's going to deny some sightlines through heaven, but Guacamole God has already taken down 1. Drago has to go big. I don't know that they expect the position, but walks through and dies. Garnet Valley, they'll get the plant down on the other side, and it's 2 kills back for Central Bucks. The cocoon doesn't connect. Raven gets 1. Stun misses, but only a flash as they are recores. There's the kill. The 3K look. Another flash goes. The pistol look from behind gets nothing. And Wyvern calls game. Garnet Valley, the straight wins give them the victory.
This Omen has really had some fancy footwork here in this one. I flash back to the time where he went up toward heaven, then came back to trick Artie. We see a little dance move there as well to close it out. 13-8. Very close to our 2 previous seasons, but Garnet Valley shuts them down here 2-0 on the regular season, and Central Bucks South will fall to 0-1.
I mean, what an incredible work back from trailing 8-6. The ability to go just so many rounds in a row. And Beast, exactly that, true to the name. Guacamole God stepped up towards the end. Both of them hit 20 kills, 5 first bloods from Beast, but more importantly, it was that work around the Neon from that attacking side on the end, just being able to find a speed usage in their composition. And this Garnet Valley team, they're the first team to 2-0, and boy, they look dangerous in Division 1.
I mean, almost everybody was in double-digit kills there. So, again, congratulations to both teams for putting on one heck of a show for us here today. Unfortunately, there can only be one winner, so we congratulate Garnet Valley on that win here today. Central Bucks South will look to bounce back in week number 2, and we will remind everybody we still got that Land of Steel coming up here Saturday on the 18th. Free to get in. Doors open up at 8 p.m. and you can find more information at tecesports.com/Land of Steel, as you see at the bottom middle of your screen there. Cue me, Pyro. I know there's a couple people in person. We look forward to seeing you all down there at the beautiful event center at Robert Morris University.
Should be a ton of fun. We've got some collegiate scouts there scouting for some of their different rosters for a bunch of different esports titles. And maybe you're a team that didn't make it to the finals. Well, we've still got open tournaments from a bunch of different fun titles for you to enter and possibly win some prize money as well. So as you mentioned, free to enter for parents, students, or anybody of the liking. So maybe you're new to esports and want to just come and watch some phenomenal action. It is there for you. But you know, we've also got some action throughout the week. Our week not done for PIEA. We've got tomorrow 2 brand new titles that we got to witness last week added into the mix. Marvel Rivals and Fortnite. Very, very exciting stuff.
Got some of those Night Owl streams coming up for Waynesburg and some other universities here, I believe, in the near future. So all the more reason to hit that follow button and follow those socials so you can stay up to date with all we got going on and so that you don't miss out on all the wonderful action here. But it's been a short but sweet day for us. As always, before we get going, a moment to thank all the wonderful people behind the scenes, including our main man in the sky here, Nick, for not only producing but doing all the wonderful observing as well. And of course, everybody hanging out with us, from the competitors to the teachers, the students, everybody in chat. We certainly appreciate each and every one of you. That handsome man to my digital left is Llama. My name is Hot Sauce. You guys have been beautiful. Take care and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Chasing the wind, gotta love it while you can. In the moment, let it in. No holding back, can't pretend. Chasing the wind, gotta love it while you can. In the moment, let it in. No holding back, can't pretend. Your friends, they talk, saying you should be the one to stop. They say you're wrong. Don't you let them get into your thoughts. They're gonna tell you anything, but that's not the way you should think. You're a star, gonna win it all. Chasing the wind, gotta love it while you can. In the moment, let it in. No holding back, can't pretend. Chasing the wind, gotta love it while you can. In the moment, let it in. No holding back, can't pretend.
All I wanna do is to put rounds around you and watch these moments fall back into place. All I wanna do is to make you stop and love me. How can I be blue when you catch me in these feelings like okay. I love you, I do need you, I do, I do need you, I love you, I do need you, oh, I love you, I do need you, oh, I love you, I do need you, I do, I love you, I do need you, I love you, I do need you, oh, I love you, I do need you. All I wanna do is to put rounds around you and watch these moments fall back into place. All I wanna do is to make you stop and love me. How can I be blue when you catch me in these feelings like okay. I love you, I do, I need you, I do, I love you, I do, I need you, I love you, I do.